I'm attempting one of the hardest rebuilds yet, giving Georgia the death penalty in college football 25, and they lost all their players in the process, bringing them to just a 58 overall. I'm gonna give myself only 7 years to save them, but whenever a team gets the death penalty, it also comes with some restrictions. For the first 3 years of this rebuild, we're not gonna be bowl eligible. We can only recruit prospects that are a 3-star or below from Georgia, and we also have to have a difficult non-conference schedule. And to be honest, our only goal for season 1 is to win just 1 game. Looking at our quarterback room, Miles Ring, the sophomore, is our best option. He's a 56 overall, 57 speed. I don't think we're winning a game this season. I mean, nothing about this team is any good. And then the additional restrictions I have on it starts with recruiting. Remember, for the first 3 years, I have to go after only players that are a 3-star or below from Georgia, and we're going to run into a huge issue with that in season number 2. Also, to give them the death penalty, besides just getting rid of all their players, I forced losses for 3 years straight, and I fired all their coaches over and over. But no matter how hard I tried, this is the worst that the school grades ever got, so that's an additional reason for the heavy recruiting restrictions. With all the players I've scouted off camera so we can get things moving to start this rebuild, there are some people to look at. Chad Kane could be a quarterback option for us. We got lucky. We are very fortunate that we found not 1, but 2 3-star gym quarterbacks from the state. Even if both of their stats don't look great, Florida State is this team's first game. Oh boy, they're an 87 overall. This is not realistic. This is not a real life matchup. They might be like a 75 this year. Why is our running back that large? It is Eddie Lacy on steroids right here, but I'm gonna hit him with the pass on 3rd down. And he drops it. We're going to have a lead against Florida State, though. Our entire goal this season is to get 1 win. Norvell is definitely going to lose his job at Florida State. He's trying to get bought out if he loses this game. The real issue is going to come into play. The longer the game goes on for, the better Florida State will do. Come on. Is anybody going to get open here? We actually have the hitch route. We actually have something. I want to see if Thomas can get us anywhere. He is like a train going through these dudes. And all I'll say is he ends up having some incredible moments later in this first season. If we don't go for this, they're just going to go down the field and score. To stay in this game, we had to. We're ready to move on to the next week. There's no point in trying to save it. Beating Florida State was never going to happen in year number 1. Let's see if we're still good enough to out-recruit Troy and Appalachian State for a 3-star. Week 2, we're taking on Louisville. It's not going to get any better here. What's more important is how recruiting's going. What are we doing on Chad Kane? It looks like we're the only school going after him, so I'm hoping we can keep him in Georgia. Beating Louisville, as a Kentucky fan, would be pretty sweet. Will it happen? Probably not. If we're going to take down a team, though, I think we have to do stuff like go for the onside kick off the rip. That might have been a bad decision. All right, can we end this half with just something? I give up. We're not beating Louisville. We need an easier opponent. The only issue is we don't have an easier opponent on the schedule. There's no FCS team. There's Vanderbilt, but Vanderbilt could be decent. I mean, they've been good this year. I can't even roast them now. Kentucky's not on the schedule. At least we scored against Florida State. That's rough. We need a quarterback, so we'll send the house on 1. We'll hard sell on the other. Maybe we'll hard sell Chad. I don't know. It is time for game number 3. BYU, 81 overall. I think it's the lowest overall we've played, but it's on the road. Let's see if we can even get a stop against BYU. They've already scored 7. Pretty much anytime a team scores 7 against us, I almost want to say we've already lost the game. I want to hit this 92 overall, though. Truck. We get a first down. The strategy might be to just feed it to Thomas. There's no way this kid does not get positive gains. Why is he this fast? Am I looking at the right thing? Nobody else is going to get open. Let's go, Thomas. Keep on helping us move the ball. Are we going to score our first touchdown of the year? Wait. 57 beat the press over there. It's a good pass as well, but we can't catch it. This is going to be such a struggle for that reason. We have 0 speed at receiver. RPOs are going nowhere. We have one thing that has worked for us. I don't think that square would be open. We didn't get it to work the last time. We're kicking a field goal. Now, can this kicker hit from 50 yards out? Probably not. But we're going to attempt it. I've missed it. It doesn't matter if he had the leg for it, and he does. If BYU scores one more time, we're not winning this game. 3rd and 15 is going to be hard. You know what? I'll throw it up. I'll go for the aggressive catch. It's not going to work. In the end, we're going to lose 31-3. It's just scoring that's the problem. I mean, defensively, we seem to somehow get a couple stops every so often. In recruiting right now, we've gotten Chad Kane into his top 5. So this is where you would take off, send the house. We have 2 good grades on 3 of his interests. So we are able to hard sell here. It's a good spot to do so. It also looks like we are barely beating out Navy for Freeman. I hope he doesn't go there. Jacksonville State's going to give us an issue on Clemens. I mean, all of these are probably going to be tight still. And that's what happens when you give a team the death penalty for multiple years. Going into this Vanderbilt game, this is one of our best chances to get a win this year. We're going to try. We're going to try hard. We just forced a turnover inside the 10. This defense somehow is a 60 overall, still forces turnovers. We have them Inside the 10. Come on. Come on. Get open. Oh, we didn't catch it. Simming defense is the best thing I could do. If I play with those boys, we're not getting anything. Wait, there's a flag. They haven't fixed the bug. We are 3 months into the game. There's been 3 patch notes that have said they fixed it, and we still get the flag. Unless it's just something that still happens too often. I mean, it definitely doesn't occur on every play like it used to. But we should not have gotten a roughing the kicker penalty. Come on, run it in. No! Let's get into the end zone. We have one play that works. Wait, I hit the wrong button. It all went downhill with that one play that I messed up. I'm proud to say we've gotten our first commit. Ben Isaac, he is the 3-star that chose us. He is takeoff. Remember that. All of these battles for these 3-stars are actually going really well. I think we're going to land pretty much all of them. It's just going to be a time thing. And then also the rest of the year, we're still trying to get that one win. Once we get past like these initial 3-stars I can target and we have to find other players from Georgia, that's where we're going to have some issues. 6'5", 89 speed. I think Eric Berry would be a fun receiver to play with. I think next season will be the year that we can get a win. I'm gonna try to make it happen this year. We still got plenty of games ahead, but the problem is we're about to get a ton of ranked matchups. We have a running back that is twice the size of our offensive lineman, and he is going to truck through him to help us pick it up. Jordan Thomas is making this season enjoyable for me because everything else we're struggling with. Wait, this might be our biggest pass of the season. Is running Hail Mary the strategy? Have I broke the system? Is running Hail Mary while putting Jordan Thomas on a halfback angle route? Is this the play? This might actually be the best cover 3 beater in the game. We have a touchdown. We have scored our first touchdown of the season. It's Arkansas. Of course it's Arkansas. I'm going to play defense. I don't think I've played a single defensive stop all year. There's definitely not been a single defensive play I've been in for. But this is our opportunity to get them off the field. Oh boy. Oh boy, Snyder definitely was supposed to be over there. Back to the Hail Mary strategy. Does Hail Mary continue to get open? I feel like we could have that every play. I really think even if the seam's not open, then we're going to have Jordan Thomas open. We're running one play. This is the strategy. This is it right here. Oh no, they've clamped it. They've solved the problem. I feel like it's our only chance to compete with Arkansas though, because nothing else is going to work. I'll throw it up. This is a size advantage. It's a mismatch. We're going to catch it. Why are we actually playing so good right now? How is Arkansas making this team look good? We have a chance to beat them. Another option we have is we could put someone like a cornerback at quarterback and just try to scramble. Is this open? Come on. Oh, that was dumb. This is a chance to really put ourselves in a good position. Come on, get the safety. No. If we get a safety here, we could go down the field, then get a touchdown. Get the safety. Nope. This is it. Get in there. No. All right. Whenever we get this look, we go for the 50-50 ball. That's the strategy. But we're going to get called back for holding. Oh my gosh. You can tell we're playing on the road here at Arkansas. The one time we do something right, we're doing it again. This is a size mismatch waiting to happen. Give us that. Keep on going. Wait, we got to watch the clock. There's only 16 seconds left in the half. All right. All right. No. No. It's inaccurate. No, you've got to be kidding. Are you serious? We had a chance, and these players are too slow to catch him. 23 is literally the slowest. I mean, he's fitting the stereotype for a white guy, but still, we've lost. What's the surprise here? We're losing again. We're not winning against the Razorbacks. We had that game too. We had them right where we wanted them. We did score our first touchdown, so we've made progress. We have also made sure that Juan Freeman does not commit to Navy. We made sure to keep him here. Outside of that as well, we're in first place for all of those prospects. Leveling up's gonna take forever though. We're 59 now. The good thing about being so bad for so long is like nobody wants to transfer. Not that the players are any good, but we can keep them around for a bit. It is time to find some more people from Georgia to target. We have a board that needs more players on it. I can't go after anybody lower than a 3-star. I'm just going to offer scholarships to players we're going to put hours on starting next week. That's what I'll do for this week. Oh no, there's a guy on a visit for this game. Why would we do that? Oklahoma's good enough on paper. I'm not sure it's even worth it to try and step in. They're going to blow us out, but we've kept it close approaching halftime. Of course, if we're doing anything, it's got to be this play. Though they probably have the strategy to lock it up, just not Jordan Thomas. Come on, boys, let's block for him. The player that was on a visit was the quarterback, and he committed, so we don't have to win this game. Okay, that is good to know. This should be a good throw. Come on, make the catch. We also have some ISO going on out there, but we don't have as big of a size mismatch this week. This play might have only worked against Arkansas, to be honest, and even then it didn't get us a win. I'm calling a timeout. I want to get Thomas out there for 4th down, so I'll call all 3 if that's what it takes. Never mind, I can't call 3 in a row. We're just going to have to go with Naylor for this 4th and 2 to keep the drive alive, keep us in this game. The blocking is not good. Being down by 13 points in the 4th quarter is not really ideal, but it's probably the closest we've had one all season, and we're picking it up. This Hail Mary play has actually been pretty solid for us, especially with the angle route. Next season, I'm hoping we don't have to sweat this hard to try and get a win, but at least for now, I'm going to give it our best shot. That throw was not even intended for Thomas. I went for the hurdle. Oh, gosh. There was no shot that he was able to pull off that hurdle right there. I could have probably just trucked through the player, but I had to try it. The Sooners are also picking up on our strategy. It's not going to work forever. The computer does adapt. I've never seen this kid before. Finger is quite the name, but we got Thomas back out there. 3rd and 6, our chance to get a touchdown. Bring it within 1. Come on. That's some good route running from him. Get into the end zone 2 weeks in a row, scoring a touchdown. Come on. Come on. Keep it close. Okay. That's bad. I think the only way we get in here is if Thomas can stay on the field and he just runs through some dudes. Come on, come on. This is a plan. This is the strategy. He is so big. There it is. We're in a position right now where if we can get a defensive stop, we could score a touchdown and take down the Sooners. I don't know if it's going to be possible. They're going to be on 3rd down, though. I don't know why they're in hurry up mode. I'm a pass commit right here. I've also protected the sticks, and I just have to hope we generate some pressure. Maybe I take over for Ring and try to get in there. Come on. Come on. We can deflect this. We can swat it. That's all we needed. 2nd and 7. All we need is a few yards of pop. Keep on going. Keep on going. And this might be when I discovered the best way to have a chance at getting our first win. So we just have to run it back again. That's an open lane. We'll fight. We'll fight. Since he's so close to having a heart attack, we have put in the backup. That's going to help us get a little bit more, though. It is genuinely possible right now. I just have to make sure this is the final drive of the game, because if they have any chance, they're going to score. As long as he stays out there and we keep on running like these inside zones, these halfback bases, we can pick up a few yards of pop. It's his biggest run of the day. 2nd and 8. Go, 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 Thomas, go. Big run, big runs here, big runs. Go, go, touchdown. No, no, we got in too soon. No, I got so excited, my voice cracked, but it doesn't matter. We scored with like 40 seconds left. We have to get a stop. We have to get a stop now. They're like 10 yards away from field goal range. Nah, this is not how we're going to lose to Oklahoma right here. Okay, okay. Yeah, you can just beat us deep for a touchdown. Good job. 2-point conversion, they're also getting. Let's just try to hit him up the seam or something. I don't know. Wait. If we can get an aggressive catch here, okay. You can't even run to the ball correctly. We've lost. We blew it. I just have a lot of feelings right now. I'm happy. We got 2 touchdowns. We clearly have an offense that can move down the field a little bit. But if Thomas graduates, all of this is gone next season. All right, Jared Clemens, he was a gym at running back. He's committed. That's nice. We're still in first place for everybody else too. South Carolina, somehow 6-0. I know, this is a weird universe we're experiencing right now. We might be able to beat them still. We have a strategy. If we pull off this upset, that's legendary. Because they are so much better than us, I think, yeah, up 7-0, 14-0, or 10-0. Yeah, it's over. I'm not even going to step in and try. If we can't keep it close going into halftime through sim, I'm just going to let the other team win because they're going to end up scoring a bunch of points if there's too much time left. Our best quarterback option, Chad Kane, has committed. That's some good news. We're getting some protection for him as well. He's going to have protection on him. That's pretty crucial as a Florida quarterback. We've seen what Carson Beck gets up to on Snapchat. Who are we playing this week? Texas A&M. This could be winnable. I know they're in 87, but it could be winnable. We've spent the whole season trying to get a win. This might be it. I'm feeling pretty good about it. It's probably one of our better chances. Come on. Come on. Get us a win. What are we getting? Are we getting more action from Thomas? This entire video and stream is halfback angle route Hail Mary with Jordan Thomas. 3rd and 17. The plan here was just get it out in time. That still didn't happen, but it's the only thing that is like gotten us in a decent spot. And we can't get the 4th down. We ended up losing 34-0. That was not a good attempt at a win. There's still chances the rest of the year for us to get one. We have actually lost our first battles of the season. We lost it to Troy, Auburn. Okay, Auburn, that's valid. But Troy beat us out for one of the agile players we were going after. I didn't even notice it was close. Troy is out recruiting Georgia. That is the timeline that we're in at the moment. I should probably start hard selling if any of these battles seem close, but those weren't close, I don't think. I thought we had a lead on them. I guess it doesn't really matter. What's important is we did sign these guys at the top of our board. I don't think it's even possible for us to bring in like 35 3-stars from Georgia, but if we did, that'd actually be a really good class in year number 1. They still want us to go after these 4-stars. We're gonna lose this game by so much. We scored a touchdown in sim for the first time this season, but I didn't even like think it was worth an attempt at playing. Like, it's 52-7. It was 45-7 at the half. We scored multiple times though. So we're making progress. Tevin Calvin has committed at tight end, and then we somehow found ourselves in a close game at Missouri. We have some strategies that help us pick up first downs, and Thomas is going to go for the hurdle. I want to pull one off by the end of the year. 1st and 10 now. Come on. We'll keep on picking up yards. The problem, though, was I was due to force it into something that was not open at all eventually. Oh, that's a terrible read. I don't know what happened, really. It just kept going downhill. Game of the week, LSU, 91 overall, number 4 on the road. Yeah, we're not winning. I'm simming the whole thing. This is going to be a shocker, but this game did not go well. We're 0-11 going into the final week. We went just terrible in SEC conference play. It could not have gone worse for us, but now we play Georgia Tech. It's our final chance to get a win this season. This is a disappointing way to end the year, but if they're scoring this many points, we weren't going to win it no matter how well we played offensively. It would have been a waste of a lot of time, basically. We lost out on another player, though. Appalachian State is out recruiting Georgia. What timeline are we in? We can't even keep players from our own state to stay and play for us. We went 0-12. It wasn't a good season, but that was expected given Georgia the death penalty. I just want to get as many 3 stars from Georgia as we can in this class before the 2 stars, of course. We have signed 22 3 stars with Georgia at this point in the season. It's time to look through their dev traits. We have star dev. That is a very good start. We need these 3 stars to be good because for the next 3 years, it's all we can go after. We have another star dev on Eric Berry, our wide receiver. I'm excited for that right there. We have star on the running back, Jared Clemens, 93 speed. And lastly, Chad Kane is just impact as well. We have 1 more week to hire our staff. We still don't have a coordinator I really like. I'm going to have to pick from the litter in this next week. It automatically hired a coordinator for us in week 4. I thought I could make offers still. Our pro potential has somehow risen, even though we didn't have anybody get drafted. Very interesting right there. It looks like we are going to lose Monroe Freeling to graduation. And there it is. Jordan Thomas is leaving us. We're not going to have our power back next season. We are going after a couple 2 stars, so it's not going to be a perfect class, unfortunately, of 3 stars. But the fact that we could sign 35 3 stars from the state in general is a good sign for the future, at least. We should get most of them. Looking at our school grades, even though we had another terrible season, they're not dropping that bad. Our class rank is what I'm curious about. How high did we rank only recruiting 3 stars and below out of Georgia? 56. 56 is not terrible. And as you can see in the state right here, all of them have come from Georgia. We have, I think, at least 10 athletes on this team to move around. That is so many to choose between. Chad Kane is one of the quarterbacks I wanted for sure. We've gone up to a 73 overall. That's a very good season for us, actually. The progression jumped quite a bit. I think it's because of our coordinators. Cutting a couple of these transfers is also going to increase our overall, which is very helpful. Yes, we have jumped up to a 75 because I encouraged certain players to transfer. I guess we're going to have a decision next week on who to start at quarterback, though. Felix has normal dev, so we're going to ignore him. Ron Von Rosenberg is a crazy name. Normal dev, bad skill caps. We can't start him. So 68 overall Chad Kane is probably going to be who we roll with. He's the gym, and that's going to be who we go with, I think. Receiver, we have no speed. We're not going to be able to throw the ball at all. Our only goal for this season is to win a game. My thoughts of us getting even 1 win, probably not going to happen. So you might say, oh, well, why don't you win some non-conference games? Throw an FCS team on your schedule. No. One of the rules of the rebuild was every season for the first 3 years, we're being punished by the SEC for being so terrible. So we're not winning these non-conference games either. We do have Georgia Tech at the end of the year. That might be our best chance. And then I made the biggest mistake yet because I added 3 stars to the board that were from other states than just Georgia. Don't worry, in the near future, I'm going to realize it. I'm going to get rid of all the players that we acquired illegally, and I just ended up wasting a ton of recruiting hours. And after 30 minutes of scouting, I got excited about a player we couldn't actually recruit. It took us forever, but we have finally found a gem in this class. Devontae Jones, you're the one player I might want, but I can't even get him, so let's go ahead and get to that first game. Colorado on the road, 86 overall, number 9 in the country. It's not going to be pretty. They're already scoring 7. All we want to do this season is get our first win with Georgia having the death penalty, but at the moment, we're in a spot where we're only down by 7. 3rd down here. They're running zone coverage. They're getting pressure off the end. I mean, we had no time. 3rd down this time around. I'm going to step up in the pocket. I'm going to try to come back to the ball. I couldn't click on in time, so that play's going to look terrible. This is going to make me look like I can't make a read. Our hope for winning a game this season is in my hands. Not only is the roster terrible, I'm terrible. Though running, I can run. If we get man-to-man coverage, Nunez is going to come back for an aggressive catch. It was the only way we really moved the ball last season. They're not in man-to-man, though, so Chad Kane getting a run. The team was so terrible, we really couldn't do a thing last season. Are we getting man-to-man? We are, so come back to it. That was a terrible example. I'm just going to accept that it is my fault we lost to Colorado in this first game, even though we shouldn't have had a chance against them. I threw a couple picks being stupid, and now we play harder games. Week 2 against Michigan, I don't think this is gonna go any better, but looking at the rest of our schedule, things will get better once we get to like the Mississippi State game. That is my hope, at least. That's my hope. My thought process was we weren't even gonna have a chance against Michigan, and that was true. It wasn't really tight at any point. We made the mistake last year of trying to beat some top 10 teams, and then they just broke our hearts time and time again. Not saying we can't take them down this year, but I'm not forgetting my heart broken 12 times in a season. Oregon is 1-2. They've already dropped a couple games. We're playing at home. This might be our chance to get a win. All right. If we can hold the Ducks to a low amount of points, that'll actually give us a good chance. By like the third quarters when I normally look to jump into games if it's still tight. And right now, 17, it's definitely not that manageable. I also thought we had the ball. I'm not going to sit here and play defense when we're already down by 17. It's only going to get worse. Okay, maybe we will give this a shot. We still have a slight chance. 3rd and 10. Tight ends open. Look at that great route running from Calvin. These are the new freshmen. I like it. I really like when our new freshmen can get open. We're coming back with Calvin. Here we go. Wheel route's open. Wheel route is open. Catch it. 1st and 10. We'll do a little motion right there. See what we can get open. Hitch route. You see this. This is called dissecting a defense. I just think our offensive line is not going to block enough to run it. 3rd and 2. Trying to get into the end zone right here. Are you serious? Are you serious? What was I supposed to do there? There was no time to get it out. The player I threw it to wasn't even open. I was actually feeling good. I was going to say I'm the comeback king. Nope, we lost. Devontae Jones, the only gym that we're recruiting, though, has committed to our school. This is a good sign. He's from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. That's where Middle Tennessee State's at. Oh, no. I did say I could only recruit from the state of Georgia, didn't I? Hang on. Oh, no, because this is bad. This means everything we've done in recruiting up to this point doesn't matter. Oh no. Let me look at the freshmen real quick. Georgia. Oh my gosh. This is bad. I've ripped y'all off. Last week, the rules were only 3 stars from Georgia. That has not changed. That means both Devontae Jones and Terrence Westfall will be immediately moved to kicker the second we get to the offseason. I can't have them on the team. It also means I have to remove every player from the board that's not from Georgia. This is what I get for not reviewing my own rules. We have not put a single player on our board from the state of Georgia this year. I'm only allowed to go after 3 stars or worse from Georgia. We have no one. We have nobody in this class. Do you know how hard it is to build a class this far into the season already? This is a disaster. All these 3 stars have deal breakers for coach prestige. They won't even come to our school. These are the players from Georgia we can go after. We're set up for failure. It's over. I can't even scout them to know who's good and not. Disaster. Absolute disaster. Do we have any good quarterback options? Nope. Muamba has busted. Jake O'Brien has not, though. There's a gym. We're going to make sure we get him. Trying to rebuild a board at this point in the season with only 3 stars and worse from Georgia is one of the most challenging things you could ever run into, though Randy has takeoff, 93 speed. He's the best receiver we found so far. I'm not sure how that rule just went over my head, but because of it, we now have a ton of work to do. We're only down by 7 versus them. It would be pretty sweet if they were the team we beat. We haven't really taken any of the games too seriously so far, but this feels like one we could. Maybe we won't take a sack on this 3rd down. That's my hope. Hitting the drag, they're playing it. With a few seconds left in the half, we are in a spot where we could get a touchdown, get it within a 1-possession game still. I'm gonna throw that zig no matter what. Go down. I think with 2 seconds left, our best chance at success is like a halfback screen. Come on. Spin inside. Keep on going. Let's go. We have a 3rd and 10. A chance to actually have a good drive moving it down the field. Perfect. If we could beat Tennessee for this game, that would be so sweet. Our first win in the death penalty. I still mess up those read options all the time, though we have our zig, and he catches it. Big 3rd down right here. I got worried. I threw it. I panicked. I got it out so fast. It is now 3rd and 20. 3rd and 20. Are we going to get the separation? We do. We catch it. We're also now down by 14, but there is still hope. 3 minutes left in this game. You have to hope that there is still a little bit of it, like I just said, and Isaac beat the press. We might need to run commit on 3rd and 1, though, to get a stop. If they passed it, we'd be in a lot of trouble. Pitch it. Okay, they're short. They're punting the ball. That is all that we needed right there. I was about to drink some water. I got to return this punt. Here we go. 1st and 10. Biggest drive of the game. You know I'm going for the 2-point conversion if we get it. We still have plenty of time to get down the field, though. That's got to be a quick throw. Good catch from Nunes. I think we're in a good spot. I trust myself to get the touchdown. It's the 2-point conversion I'm a little bit worried about. This is our chance to get our first win with Georgia having the death penalty. It has been super tough with them. This would definitely help out, though. Good throw on the run, and we're short. I almost shouldn't have called our first time out there, though, just in case we don't get the 2-point conversion. I said I was going for it no matter what. This team cannot handle an overtime, and we had him. We had him. We're going for the onside kick now. We really don't have much of a choice. They get the ball as well. That's ridiculous. They got in pressure so fast. I think we can still get the ball back with like 0.5 seconds left, though. I have been able to do it before. I trust that we're still going to have a couple of chances to win this game. See, they're going to take a knee on 3rd down, but taking a knee here is really, really stupid. If they miss this field goal right here, we're in good field positioning. All we need is to hit a field goal ourselves. Come on, miss it. They've missed. We basically just need one throw out of bounds. We need enough time to get this off right here. Come on. I'm going to the sideline. No, they're all over it. Wait, no way. We came down with that ball. I thought they got the interception. We have clutched up. At least I think we have. I can't believe we held on to that. I was so confused right there. Hang on. If we hit this field goal, first win in the death penalty dynasty. It is moving so fast. I got to hit this perfectly. That's got to be in. Right there. Georgia takes down ranked Tennessee. That is huge. I can't believe our first win with a 70 overall Georgia team was against Tennessee in a rivalry. Chad Kane, the freshman, really is the truth for us. I think we have to watch this back. This might be the greatest catch I have ever seen. I thought it was an interception. I thought we were losing this game. I was sad, but no, they missed the ball. He comes down with it and gets out of bounds, all in the same play. I don't even know if I have the hours to really be scouting some of these guys because we just need to fill up our board. 92 speed Jim from Georgia. We're finding better prospects staying in the state than going after the players we targeted. Considering we've now won our first game, though, we have to set a new goal for this season. I don't want to just win one game, go 1-11. That's not a good year for us. I want to beat Mississippi State. I want to beat Auburn. I want to beat Georgia Tech. I think we can get at least 4 wins with this team. That is our new goal. Against Texas, though, it's going to be very challenging to get a win on the road. I'm definitely going to let this one kind of go unless we can keep it close by the 3rd or 4th quarter. I used to hop in at the 4th quarter, and then there it is. Yeah, it's a blowout. There's no point in even trying. All right, 1-4 Mississippi State, 1-4 Georgia. This is another opportunity for us to come out on top because that's all we're really worried about this season. As for recruiting, I have rebuilt the board with the players from Georgia. These are all the guys we're going after. This is the game I was excited about, the one I thought going into the year that we'd come out on top of. It's tied right now. You love to see 14-7. If we won a game without me even playing, that would be super impressive. I think we're going to do it as well. Never mind. I should have at least tried to help us clutch up. Now we have to play defense. I would have at least liked to be in for the 3rd and 7 right there. I thought I stopped it in time. I let too much pass, though, so it's on us to get an interception. Okay, this is bad. Dragilecek. Whoever this kid is my user. He's not going to have a chance to get a pick. I think if they're going to score a touchdown, we need to let it happen kind of quickly just so we can respond. We've clutched up a much more difficult game than this. I am not worried. It's Mississippi State. Of all the schools that we could take down, this is one we should be able to beat. We have an open receiver. What are you doing? He just didn't turn around for the football right there. Great IQ. Fantastic IQ. I'll click on and you won't catch it. Maybe this wheel route will get open, especially if they had some interesting coverage. Nope. I should have just taken the halfback screen. Now it's 4th and 10. Game on the line. We've beaten the press, though. I saw that we had the advantage, and he tips it. No. It's okay. We've had some crazier comebacks. We can pull this off. Just wait. We still have all 3 of our timeouts. 2nd and 9, jet touch pass. We can get over there. We're fine. There's a flag. Hang on. Who's it on? It's on them. I don't know if we can accept this, though, and if the clock's going to stop. What do? I think we have to decline. That feels like the right decision. I just didn't want them to be able to run out the rest of the clock. I can't remember exactly how that works. Come on. We're getting it back. This is exactly where I want to have them, actually. Whenever I have a chance to pull off a crazy comeback for content, that's where I thrive. We're going for the 2-point conversion once we get into the end zone. That's how confident I am that we're going to finish this drive off. Going over to the sidelines. We're out of bounds too. I'm also already coming out in Hail Mary. You might wonder, why would I do that? Because last year, We did that, and it worked well. There's a flag on the play. Is it hitting the quarterback late? No. I thought I was going to glitch out the computer to hitting us late by running. We're going to have to go over to the sideline right here. Man-to-man coverage is perfect. That's perfect. Come on. I am locked in at the moment. I'm not talking. That's how locked in I am right here. We still have a chance. That's all I asked for. Wait, do we have a touchdown? Come on. No, he missed it. Chad Kane missed the throw right there. We had him. We had a touchdown. We had it planned out perfectly. Now we just have to send this up and hope for the best. It's not even reaching the end zone. Go ahead. We've tipped it into an interception. Good job, Mississippi State. Chad Kane, buddy, you sold us this game. You all shouldn't be shocked, though. We're on the death penalty. We also gave up 24 points in the fourth quarter. Yep, we choked that badly. I've never experienced more sadness in my life. I don't know how to move forward past this. I planned it out perfectly. I had a clip. I'd done it, and then we failed. That's how I feel right now. If we beat Bama and Tennessee, but nobody else, that's going to be so weird. Well, Alabama is annihilating us. No reason to play this. It's not pretty. 38-13. It was expected, though. Well, we know what to expect going into the Ole Miss one now. There's not much more to look forward to. We had our good moment against Tennessee. We almost had a moment against Mississippi State. Now we just try to get through the rest of the season. We have to actually hop into this, though, because right now, we have a chance to win a game, boys. We have a chance to go to 2-6. We could still be bowl eligible here on the road at Ole Miss. This is it. Touchdown. Touchdown. No, there's a flag. There's a flag. It's against us. This team doesn't want good things to happen to them. You've got to be kidding. Okay, we'll run the ball. We'll get it back on the ground. Big 3rd and goal, though. Come on. Come on. Wait for the zig to get open. No. No. He did not just run that route perfectly. He ran the route. That's how bad this team is. He ran the best route for man-to-man beating in the game perfectly and gets a touchdown pick 6. We have choked again. Not only did we have a terrible choke against Mississippi State, but this one's about to be the same. Calvin, buddy. We can't have long-term success right now. Don't sack me. 4th and 8. I'm going to throw back shoulder over there to Isaac, assuming that's man-to-man. Throw it back shoulder, come back for the aggressive catch. And he gets railed. 24-0. It's not pretty. It's not good. Even though we're not bowl eligible, there's still more chances for us to win and keep building up the roster at the very least. Wake Forest also beat us out for Paris Madden. We can't even sign the 3 stars from our state. It's time for the Georgia-Florida game. Another rivalry, another chance to shock the world. Because outside of maybe shocking the world there, season is not looking good. But before we continue the Georgia death penalty rebuild, a word from Raycon, today's video sponsor. It is always so hard for me to figure out what I want to get my loved ones for the holidays, but Raycons are a great option because even if they already have a pair of earbuds, they could probably use a backup. And I wouldn't be surprised that if after using Raycons, their main pair becomes their backup. Raycons everyday earbuds have a ton of features like active noise cancellation, which is phenomenal for the gym or whenever you're on flights, and then they have multi-point connectivity, which allows you to pair with 2 devices at once. There's also a quick charge function where you can get 90 minutes of battery life off of 10 minutes of charging. And if you charge them for a long period, you can have up to a 32-hour battery life. My favorite parts about Raycon, though, are this new capsule case and the ergonomic design, because Raycon's everyday earbuds fit the widest range of ears, and their optimized gel tips on here help with a very cozy custom fit. I use them whenever I'm working out at the gym, and if you're getting these as a holiday gift, now is the perfect time to order because the cutoff date to make sure you get it in time for Christmas is December 15th. So go to buyraycon.com/board to save big for the holidays and get up to 25% off site-wide. That is right, you'll get up to 25% off everything on Raycon's website when you go to buyraycon.com/board. And now it's time to get back to rebuilding Georgia. It looks like this isn't going to be one that we can really hop into either if it's 31-0 in the 3rd quarter. No chance for me to even choke away a game, for us to even have like a sliver of hope. Chestnut is going to be a good player. I got to keep that in mind. Obviously, last few games not gone the way I was hoping for, but Auburn, rivalry, 2-7. They're just 11 overalls better. Maybe this is our chance. If we get them off the field on this 3rd and 8, though, we might still have a chance to come back. There's no way they're hitting a field goal from here. And it all comes down to this. Come on, shank this kick. Give us a chance to come back. Oh, they're better than Tennessee, that's for sure. And I have been told that this entire season, Isaac's been getting open. He's our best receiver, so maybe he has been. I'm going to just throw it up to him. See if he can, come down with an aggressive catch. Nope. Maybe the wheel route pans out for us. Step up, throw it up. Not even looking at the defense. That's the type of level I'm on right now. I am so sick of losing with this team. This whole season's just felt like a wash. Like, why would I even try? We're so bad. I got my hopes up too many times previously in the other season before, so now we're just going to build the roster better. This was quite possibly the worst decision for a rebuild ever. I've made Georgia terrible, and there's not much coming back. We got another commit. Look at that. We haven't seen him in forever. Finally, Randy Fafita committing is really big. He's the good receiver, so we'll have that on the team next year. We're getting all the gyms. All the 3-stars are flooding in. What a class. And this one's against Kentucky. I don't know what's happened to the game of the week screen. A little bit of a bug right there, but maybe we take down my Wildcats. Looking at Mitch Chestnut, and he's a gym with 94 throw power, 88 speed, magician ability. He might be the savior we have at quarterback. I'm always going to look for more options just to see if we can get some with better skill caps. I am content with accepting we're not going to be good. It's painful to sit through, but we have found exciting prospects. I'm really just looking forward to the transfer portal period at this point. I could hop into a game, try to get us another win, but like Kentucky's beating us by so much, it's not going to happen against a top 10 team. It's a shame, but 34-7 means we're moving on to our final game. It has all come to this though. Georgia Tech, our rival, a team I said we'd beat at the beginning of the year, is an 86, so maybe we won't. One thing I haven't done much of this season, I will admit, is we haven't played that many games. We've kind of been more focused on getting prospects in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try my best to end the season. We're currently in a spot where we are trailing by 10 points to Georgia Tech, but if we can beat our rivals, that would be a solid ending to the year. I'm going to throw the crosser straight to them. It's a great start. It's actually such a wonderful start in this game. I think we have to run commit on 3rd and 3 as well if we want to stop the run. I knew it was probably coming. They're breaking a tackle though. Come on, be short. We ran the ball so much in season 1, and then this year, I just haven't wanted to run the same way. We're going to step up and send it. I'm going to let Isaac go to work. Catch that ball. No! This might be the craziest hit I've ever seen on a receiver in this game. He just got destroyed right there. We're down 20 with this much time left. Like, our odds are not good. This has been by far the hardest rebuild I've ever attempted. We still have 5 years to win a championship, though. So we can only go up from 1-11. I don't know if it's possible. It is the moment of truth, though. Jake O'Brien, star dev. That's a very good start for a quarterback. Randy Fafita, star dev. 93 speed receiver. You want to see that. Impact on Matthew. Where is the other quarterback? Mitch Chestnut is also star dev. I bet we start Mitch Chestnut next year. I bet he is our starter. What did we do season stat-wise? Chad Kane went for 10 touchdowns, 25 picks. Yep. You're getting sent to the bench, buddy. You're not making it to next season. He did rush for more yards than Jared Clemens, though. He was our leading rusher, and receiving-wise, nobody was great. All right, we got one player that wants to transfer out. Alex Easter is trying to escape Georgia, but you can leave us. You're not good. You're 64. Losing these players to graduation does not bug me. It's the transfer portal that could really make or break this team. If we have some good options from a Georgia school or from the state of Georgia to go after, we'd be fine, but no. Nobody we can transfer here. Like, nobody wants to even come to our school. Not good. Not a good look. All we can really do is continue to put points on the players that we're already going after. We ended up bringing in those prospects, of course. What was our class ranking? I'm going to assume in the SEC it's the worst. It was better than Vanderbilt, though. Vanderbilt was at 106. Everybody else was better than us. And of course, I did fix it in the end. We only signed players from Georgia because I removed those players from our board. I don't think they're going to be on our roster, the original 2 that we signed. All right, Jake O'Brien, scrambler quarterback archetype. I think he's got to go over there. We'll see what his skill caps are. Mitch Chestnut's the other option, though, that I really like, and he's a higher overall, so we'll see. We'll see. I think he's going to be the starter. All right, with training results, 81 overall team. Jared Clemens up to an 82. That's what you like to see. Quarterback room didn't improve much, which means we're definitely starting a freshman. And man, what about our receiving room? Did we get any big jumps? Nope. Speed still not good enough. We've also recruited so well. We are over the roster size, so we can encourage some lower overalls to just get out of here. I don't want them to be a part of the team. If they're going to be this bad, that's not going to help us, and our overall should rise by doing this. This might be one of my more controversial decisions in the offseason, but we have an 82 speed cornerback that's a junior. I would rather start freshmen that are faster because he's not going to be good. Preparing for season number 3 right now, it looks like we're going to have very tough games to start the year. In our first 5 games, we're playing 4 top 10 teams. I do not like that at all. It's also the last season that we are under the death penalty restrictions of only being able to go after 3 stars from Georgia. So after that, things really open up, but our school grades are so low, I'm not sure it's going to matter that much. We'll see. I'm just going to look for gyms and hope that we get some good talent. What I've been most excited about is seeing what Mitch Chestnut's skill caps are, though. I want to make him the starter with his star dev and his good stats, though his accuracy is really limited. That's actually a pain. IQ's the thing that he improves the most in. Comparing that to freshman Jake O'Brien, he can improve a lot in accuracy, and honestly, we might just roll with Jake O'Brien even though he's the lowest overall. Chad Kane's like the same build and he threw for 25 picks, so I think we're going to make a new decision to start a quarterback that's different. I don't know. Starting Jake O'Brien is definitely controversial. Even though he's the lowest overall, though, I think he can develop the best. I think we let Randy Fafita go to work with his 93 speed. He's a 64 in the slot, but I don't care. He's star dev. He has takeoff. His quickness can't get any faster, unfortunately. The reason I'm not too excited about the roster still, and we have to focus more on recruiting. We can only go after 3 stars from Georgia, but I found a lot of gyms. We actually have 2 receivers that could come in, step up, make a big play for us. 92 speed Jim, 88 speed, not as great. We also have 2 quarterback options. One of them could move to running back if we want, maybe even linebacker. This kid is field general. Another receiver with 92 speed. Gyms all around. This is the best class we're set to have under the restrictions of only 3 stars and only players from Georgia. Starting next season, though, the restrictions with the death penalty are lifted, so we can start to go after other players. We can go after 4 stars. We can go after 5 stars. Not that we're going to land them. We have struggled with Georgia, but that, at least for the last 4 years in this rebuild, might give us a chance at cracking any bit of success in the SEC. We are ready to jump into our first game against Florida State. I wonder what overall they are. Not popping up on here. I mean, we got to hop in anyway. We'll see. We need them to be a little bit worse than an 87. This could be a hard way to open up the season on the road. Here in the third quarter, Florida State has not scored, so maybe their offensive struggles in real life have carried over to this season too. We have a chance to go up on the road against a top 10 team right here, and we're going to have to go for it. I think it's time we just hand this ball off to Clemens. Come on, Clemens, you got to fight your way in. This could be the first passing touchdown of O'Brien's career right here. I ran into a sack. I was hoping for a man coverage look. We would have had it. It's fine. We're still going to be up 6-0. They haven't scored against us. 3rd and 19, though. We could get the Seminoles right off the field again. I mean, they've done nothing. We're also driving down the field. 3rd and 12. Lay this ball off. Come on. Let us get more than another field goal. I feel like our kicker is still having a messed up meter, even though he's not bad. I'm glad that went down the middle. It didn't seem like it would, but he shouldn't be shaking that much. Florida State would score, though. So now we're in an interesting spot where we have to pick up this 3rd down. That's a good read. If we can start this 3rd season with a win against the number 7 team, that is huge for this entire rebuild. I don't think we're in a spot, though, where we could be running out the clock. We got a really good release over on that side of the field. Come on, hold on to that football. Georgia's starting to make a little bit of a comeback. We're looking good for the first game, though it's Florida State. We'd score again after that as well. Florida State down by 2 possessions, just a few minutes left. I got baited so hard. I was biting down to stop that route over the middle. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. You can stop typing your comment right now. We still have a lead. Don't even think about saying choking. Just 3 minutes left. It's not over. We can't necessarily run down all the clock in the next few plays either. We're going to have to pick up a couple first downs. That is such a tight throw. Here we go. 3rd and 12, though. They ran commit. They ran commit. Go, go, go. Isaac is free. I don't know what number 10 was doing, but he just let us run to the end zone. They had to have run commit. That's a big moment in this game. Florida State truly showing that they're just struggling. 4th and 7 here. User is everything. They're trying to test Tyson over there. What are you doing? We have gone through some seasons of struggle, but this feels good. I don't know what it means for the rest of the year yet. The switch from Chad Kane to Jake O'Brien actually is working out really well for us. I mean, that's his first game. We are now going into our recruiting. Just before we hop into any other games, I think it's time to hard sell on some of these prospects because ideally we're in the lead right now and we should be able to get all them, especially if their hard sells at least have 2 grades that are positive like this. If we upset 2 top 10 teams to start this season, I'm not sure what I'm going to think about the rest of the year. We actually got a lock in right here. We are only down by 4 against Clemson with 7 minutes left. If we can get like a good defensive stop, we can pull this game off. I don't know what's going on with our defense, but it's playing well. Come on, get in that hole. Okay, they're getting us with the read option. Can somebody hit this quarterback? Nope, he's juking us. Missed tackle. All right. This is the Georgia team that I know and love from last season right here. We can run commit, though. and still give up a touchdown with 2 dudes in the hole. We had 2 dudes in there. We can still win this one. I really would love to beat Clemson. If we somehow beat Clemson and Florida State, that would really say a lot. The way O'Brien is playing right now, he might actually be a Heisman contender in the near future. Like by the time he's a senior. The issue is by the time he's a senior, since this is season 3, we're already going to be at like season 6. I'm hoping by then we have a chance at a championship. We only have 7 years to win it all after the death penalty. With a read option 2-point conversion, they have 2 players over on that left side. So no matter what, you kind of just got to hand it off and hope for the best. I think last season, because of me stepping in, we lost a lot of games. Like I choked away a ton of them. This season, though, I seem to be playing at least a little bit better. If we can hold them on this 3rd and 8 right here, that would be massive because then they're going to have to kick a field goal. They're going to try to scramble. We're all over it. Here we go. 2 minutes left on the clock. I mean, they are running our routes for us. That's a little bit concerning, but it's fine. It's fine. I think Fafita is going to be our best chance at getting open versus man-to-man coverage. Maybe even zone. They got up to that ball. He is our fastest receiver, so if we get like a match coverage look, there's a chance he beats them deep. Even right here, he was beating them deep, but it wouldn't let me throw it to him. That's interesting. There's about a minute left on the clock. I mean, we still have quite a ways to go to get down the field, but we're looking solid. I don't want to crumble at the end. That's all I'm asking for. If I crumble at the end, that's when I get upset. We should get out of bounds right here. They're running man-to-man coverage so well against our slant, we have to run. I just can't put any hot routes out there right now, which is really hard, actually. Like, we had our tight end open, but some of the other routes were colluding with, like, where he was running, and I wanted to get them out of that zone. Now we have to hurry it up. A little bit more concerned. I shouldn't be scrambling. On the bright side, I did want to run out some clock just for when we reach the end zone. I want it to be guaranteed they can't score. Oh, that has to be a better ball. That has to be a better ball. We had them beat, and if this is man-to-man, we'll be fine right here. It looks like it is. We have the man-to-man route run. That's a first. With the home field advantage, I can't really call any specific plays. We're just running back what we just had run. I think we got to go, touchdown. We're going to beat Clemson as long as I don't miss the extra point, of course. Jake O'Brien is the answer for this program. He's going to be 2-0 against top 10 teams. He's a freshman. He's a 68. This is actually a miraculous start to this 3rd year because normally things are just bound to go wrong. I don't know how they think this could lead to a touchdown. Okay, I need to stop clicking on. There it is, 21-20. Beating our rivals Clemson. We've beat Florida State. We are owning these top 10 teams, but I think we have Michigan at home coming up next. We have signed our first commit. I'm not surprised if you saw how well we're playing. Like Tyree Pride, he has pride in Georgia right now. We're performing well. I'd want to commit here too. If there's any of these battles that are close, I will schedule a visit just to make sure they commit. I also like to schedule it far out just so like we're probably going to lose to Alabama. I don't want the negative effects, but I want the positive bonuses of us scheduling a visit, if that makes any sense. Well, going into week 4, we're playing number 1 Michigan, so it shouldn't get any harder than this, but it is our first home game. Here we go, though. Basically, what I do is I just sim to about the 4th quarter, maybe midway through the 3rd if it's super tight in a big one like this one. It's already 17-0, which isn't a great start necessarily, but we're about to be able to hop in. Don't act like a comeback's not off the table. I'm going to try to pull it off just for fun. Now, for someone that struggles on offense, a 27-point deficit against the number 1 team is a little concerning, but you never know what could happen. I'm throwing it up to Isaac. I just want to get this ball out before we take a sack at least. We'll see if we can come back, make the aggressive catch. That works. They have actually made taking deep shots like that very viable on this game. You can adjust your receiver. Our right tackle just can't block. I want to watch this back, mainly because of the after the play celebration. He literally just tried to nudge him into us, and then he goes, oh, dang it. I don't think that's enough of an upset player right there. I want to see him like crashing out completely. Our corner route, open, comeback is possible. I'm going to keep looking for the corner routes, even our tight end. Okay, there it is. There's the first Bordeaux read of the season. We're done. It would have been a lot to come back in that situation, but I would have enjoyed not throwing an interception at least. So we're already out of prospects on our main recruiting board to target. We can look for more inside the state of Georgia, but since they have to be 3 stars or below, there's not many options. And like guys like this right here, It doesn't show up well, but he was a bust. We scouted him. As long as we keep building up our offensive line, we should be fine. We saw some of the players in the last game weren't the best at blocking. The brutal schedule is going to continue. Number 9 Texas, 91 overall. We're undefeated on the road, winless at home. That might continue in this game. So going into the third quarter, it is going to be tied at 13. I'll hop in by the 4th. We just got to hold it for a little bit longer. 3rd and 8, down by 14. I mean, it could be better, but I think they've given us a touchdown. Isaac is so good off the press. I don't know if it's his release stats or what. We need to figure out what stat makes him play this well, because he only has like 88 speed. There wasn't even a chance for Jake to get that football off right there. I had a touchdown. I'm not sure what was happening on our offensive line, but we still have a few more chances to get in. 3rd and goal. Punch it in. Come on. Never mind. We definitely need to focus on offensive line. We do have one with abilities, though. Our left tackle has abilities. They still got in instantly right there. I don't have the speed to avoid this. Throw it. Throw it. We're completely fine. There's still 5 minutes left. It does stink to not get that 4th down, but they're missing their pass. 3rd and 13. Come on. Nice little release over there. Underthrown. It is deflected into an interception. Wonderful. That's a freshman mistake right there. I can't even complain. At the end of the day, we are going to lose to Texas, 30-20. There wasn't coming back after that interception. Our defense let this kid go for 150. To be completely fair, 1, we're not playing easy teams. 2, we are still in year 3 of the death penalty. I was going to be happy with 3 wins this season. Right now, I think we're on pace to do pretty well, though. We have ranked games at the end of our schedule. Road games at Tennessee, Auburn, even Mississippi State could be tough. We'll see how it all plays out. My Kentucky Wildcats coming to Georgia. We still haven't won a home game, but I might have to beat my favorite team just so we do. 4 minutes left. Kentucky beating us by 8, so we're set to lose our 3rd straight home game. We are fumbling. You can't make this up. You can't make this. I want it to be known, Fafita is the same freshman that caused us to have that interception against Texas. Buddy literally just got the ball punched out of his hands. That's actually such a good play from the defense. I can't even criticize him, and he's our fastest player, so he's staying on the field. 4th and 12. Man-to-man coverage. Easy, right? Yep, we have a touchdown. We have a touchdown. It's not over. We have a touchdown. No, we don't. No, we don't. We are losing to my favorite team. We have lost 3 straight home games. We were better on the road against top 10 teams than anything else. We still can win a home game. This time it's against Ole Miss. They're a little bit higher of an overall, but we can bounce back still. I just found a gym receiver. He's physical. He's 6'3". He's 91 jumping. Yeah. Nathan Welsh, welcome to the program, buddy. Oh, I can't scout him. He was going to be good. Anytime we sim to the 4th quarter now, we're just losing. We are just losing. And it's going to get worse from here. There's no way it gets better. 2nd and goal. Come on. Hold him to a field goal, and we still have a chance here. I got stuck. We knocked him in, too. That was a great job to just lay the hammer and push him in. 3rd and 5 here. I want to go to Fafita because he is the fast option. He's not going to get the ball, and he wasn't open. 34-13 against Ole Miss. Martin O'Toole was who rushed for 160 on us. Well, at least recruiting is still looking pretty positive. Duke beating us out for LaMarcus Darnold was not on my bucket list. Another gym, this time at running back. Not that we need more running backs in this program, but if we get gyms, I'm not going to deny them. They can come on in. We have another rivalry, 0-3 in SEC play. It's not been good ever since we got those 2 non-conference wins. It shows how tough the SEC is versus other top 10 teams. That's what I'm taking away from it. We are at the bottom of our conference, but eventually we'll play Mississippi State. And even though we've come back to earth, just maybe we'll win this road game because we've not lost on the road yet. So going into the 3rd quarter, we are actually in a good spot against Tennessee. I don't know what it is about the road games, but Jake O'Brien does not play well at home. Here on the road, though, he just shows up. He shows out. We can come back to that football. Isaac holds on to it. And Ben Isaac might be the best receiver this program has ever seen at the moment, ever since the death penalty at least. I mean, he's always open. He catches everything. The only time he messes up is when Jake O'Brien can't hook up with him correctly. Handing this one off on 2nd down, we're going to be on a 3rd and 4. This is a big 3rd down because if we pick this up, we can basically just run out the rest of the clock. My goal was to hit the halfback angle route. Now they're saying we can't even attempt a field goal, though. I think I want to attempt it still. Though, do we trust our defense or do we kick a field goal? I think we have to take our chance. I am not one for playing passively. I'm one for playing aggressive. I'm pretty good at making kicks. I didn't put enough power on it. The worst part is we now have to stop this spread offense which probably gives me the most issues of anything. I mean, they're throwing it straight at us, but we don't get the interception. We are putting all of our trust in our D. Come on. Come on. That's not going to work. They're in field goal range. They're in field goal range. I almost want them to score. We might have to step in and try to let them score. I guess there is still enough time where we could get a stop and get the ball back even without them getting an automatic touchdown. But if they pick up this first down, that's where the problem is. All right, 4th and 2. Shank this kick. You're a college kicker, and you're going to make it. I don't just want to go to overtime. I want a touchdown. I want to end this right here. We know to lean on Isaac. He normally finds a way to get open in these situations. He's not going to right here. On the run, though, they're coming back to that ball. They're coming back to that ball. We had a step. We had a huge step. And they just managed to pick us off. That's how we're going to lose to Tennessee, 6-9. This is basically if you put Florida State and 2023 Iowa up against each other. That's what the score was. That's what this game was. I'm also sad because we have finished in 2nd place for all 3 of these recruits in the same week. Duke is stealing right tackles for us like it's nothing. We're about to play another rival, Auburn, on the road. Maybe we'll win this one. Maybe this is our chance to get off this 5-game losing streak. If we get a stop on this 3rd and 2, it is not completely over. I'm run committing, and they get the first. Yeah, we're going to lose to Auburn. I'm not even going to try to save the team at this point. Looking at the sim so far, we're actually up 10-0, 13-0 at halftime. Surely in the 3rd quarter, we don't blow the lead, right? Right? Okay, we're not. We're not. We're going to step in and close this out, too. I don't know what happened, though. I feel like a second ago, it was 21-14, our lead. And then the second I click step in, by then they already had 10 points scored. 2nd and 6. They're going to get in pressure. Chestnut's in. What is Chestnut doing in the game? Our quarterback's not injured. I'm not sure why Chestnut's out there right now. It's saying we're not dealing with an injury. I'm literally just throwing this up, swerving, making the catch. Here on 1st and 10, take the drag. Groy, keep on going, Groy. Go to the 1. If we punch this in right here, we're going to be up by 4. We're going to, but that still means we have to rely on our defense. We also have Magalugahan as our user. I should have gotten over to that ball. I need to learn how to say that. If we lose this game to Florida, I'm going to be very upset because right now we are actually in a good spot. They probably aren't going to run it from here either. It wouldn't make much sense. The computer doesn't like to run it under 2 minutes. We should not be getting burnt right here. Come on. Now the pressure is on Chestnut. I don't know what's happened to our star. We have no connection going on. Am I tripping out? Where is our quarterback? Did he just disappear off the team? He's not on the injury report. He's not on our depth chart. Did Jake O'Brien just leave at halftime and say, all right, done with the team? How did we lose our quarterback mid-game or mid-season? He might have actually transferred mid-season somehow. I'm so confused right now. I haven't touched anything on that side of things. Come on, hit the crosser though. Nope, it's dropped. It is dropped. It's just not looking good. We have 3 timeouts. We could still stop them. Bunch of big dudes on the field. We should be in there. There we go. Minute left on the clock. Their field goal goes up. It's in. It's fine. We need a touchdown to win either way, and we can't go to OT. It's like the whole team that we had that was playing well at the start of the year has just decided to no longer be as solid. How did he make up that ground? How did he grab that over our short little freshman? Oh boy, we're getting so close to smashing controller territory, but we're calm. I think we needed a better quarterback to make that throw. It was definitely not placed where it needed to be. How are you down here? I have not touched the depth chart all season, and you weren't on it mid-game. Never mind. It's saying he is an injury. It didn't say he had an injury in game, but this makes more sense. Jake O'Brien had an abdominal tear. He wasn't on the injury report there, but he is here. So we aren't missing our quarterback. He will be back, just not by the end of this season. This is it, though. This is probably our last real chance to get a win this year. We'll see. Maybe we can still bounce back. We've not won a conference game in the SEC, and now we get Mississippi State. It is us and them and Kentucky who beat us, and LSU at the bottom of the SEC right now. I am not going to lose to the Cowbells. That is not happening. This is quite the contrast you're seeing on the field. You can barely see some of the players in the backfield because of the shadows, and then the other half's bright. But it is 3rd and 1. We could get Mississippi State off it. We have a 3-point lead with 4 minutes left. This is it. Come on. Get in that gap. Nope, not happening. Can somebody make a tackle? That was really frustrating to witness. Now they're throwing the ball. What type of route was that got them that open? That is kind of frustrating. 3rd down. Come on. What? I know that there is a massive building behind Mississippi State in the end zone, but this is the worst shadow I've ever seen in my life. I would rather not have realistic shadows. Ever. I think this is grounds alone to never do a Mississippi State dynasty because of the shadow. We're going to hit our hitch, though. Believe it or not, I could still see him, and we get the first. Why am I throwing the ball? We should be running. Not sure what goes on in my brain sometimes. We literally need one first down. Kane has come back for us and actually probably led us to a win. He struggled last season, but it's fine. 3rd and 8 right here. I'm going to roll out. I'm going to make sure we can hit the halfback screen, and we're going to celebrate our way to a first down. All right, we have finally bounced back. It took playing Mississippi State. We've only won road games this year, but I'll take it. Rodney Gooden, we won our first player of the week as well, 13 tackles. We're wrapping up the season, Georgia Tech, Alabama. I mean, this one shouldn't be close, but we'll see. I don't think there's going to be any reason to step in, though we've kept it close in this third quarter. Hang on, we might have to try pull this one off right here. After a failed 2-point conversion on a touchdown as I was trying to hop in, we are only down by 5 points. It is 3rd and 11. We get the sack. This is our chance to shine. If I'm going to feel better about this team, it would definitely be after beating Alabama. These are the types of wins we need in this death penalty dynasty to keep on building, even if we're not that good. Jet touch pass, 3rd and 1. Fafita, 93 speed. All he has to do is outrun these players. That was filthy. Even though we haven't necessarily won that many games, we've been competitive in a lot of them, and the team is only going to get better. Oh gosh. Go ahead, bring out the turnover chain, rub it in that I suck at this game. I should have thrown a bullet pass, I know. I'm blaming it on the fact that I'm hungry right now. Wait, why are they throwing the ball? Why are they throwing the ball? It just ruined our chances even more, I think. I mean, the computer always in that situation is running it 3 straight times. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to throw it up to our best receiver, who has gotten separation against a really good corner and then got caught up too. I think Isaac making an aggressive catch is our best chance at moving it down the field in this game. He keeps on beating the press, and then look how underthrown the ball is. Roll Tide CFB came in and said, "You lost. That's what's going on." So just because of that right there, I am going to sweat my butt off to beat Alabama, but we can't. We dropped the ball. I'm sick of Chad Kane. I'm sick of Jake O'Brien being hurt. I'm sick of this team. We have 1 game left. We better not lose to Georgia Tech again. At least we're getting like Nathan Welsh to commit. This kid had 94 speed as a gym. I'm excited for early National Signing Day to see dev traits too. Okay, Georgia Tech's an 87 overall. We're on the road. We're actually better on the road, so we'll see. I am so hopeful that somehow in Sim, Chad Kane just becomes the next coming of Tom Brady the 5th. But no, we're losing 20-3. Do I care enough to try and save this team at this point? No. They deserve to lose. Jake O'Brien was our little hope of the future. Then he went on a 7-game losing streak. He got injured. And now the program is still left in just complete trash. Here in the SEC, I think Auburn ended up winning the championship over Florida. We are down here at the bottom, tied with Kentucky. That's how bad things were. Our quarterback, Jake O'Brien, as amazing as he was, only threw 4 touchdowns, 6 picks. Backup was no good. Running back-wise, Clemens rushed for 200 yards. And receiving-wise, Ben Isaac, yeah, he does have the takeoff ability. That's probably why he was so good. Early National Signing Day. Do we have any good dev traits to look over? I want to see stars. We have it on 2 quarterback options. Not that we don't already have that on some quarterback options. If there's an elite in here hidden, that'd be sick. Nathan Welsh, the 94 speedster's only impact. We have some stars, but no elites. Just a lot of stars. I'm actually happy with the amount of stars we got. Our pro potential has somehow risen, even though we didn't put anybody into the NFL. Interesting stuff right there. Only people to graduation. Again, no one drafted. Pro potential went up. Couldn't tell you how, but maybe Nico Ball is just going to be the greatest practice squad player ever in the NFL. We still have this kid to go after before we look at the transfer portal. I think we're going to get him this week. I'm not even going to take the time to hard sell him. If we don't get the right end, so be it. We can only go after players from Georgia or Georgia schools in the transfer portal though, and there's not a single player from the state of Georgia that would be interested in coming here or from a Georgia school. So this is useless. No transfer portal for us. That hurts. That actually hurts. Of course, we did get Monty Shore. That's going to wrap up the recruiting class. Impact Dev isn't terrible, horrible, and our class, for only signing 3 stars and below from Georgia, is going to be ranked inside the top 50. Starting next season, though, we get to go after 4 and 5 stars. They can be from any state. Our penalty restriction from the death penalty has been lifted by the SEC, so I am excited for that. We'll finally be able to get anybody. I don't think there's going to be anything huge in position changes, really, to include either, but Sean Dokes, 92 speed. We know he is star dev, supposed to be a quarterback. I think instead he's going to be a wide receiver, though, because he's fast, he's tall, and he might develop better over there. With training results, 85 overall going into season 4. Now, is it inflated? Absolutely. We only have 3 players that are an 85 or higher, but I think we can consider ourselves about an 82, and I'm hoping we can carry ourselves to a bowl game by playing super well next year. Just progression-wise from our quarterbacks, though, Jake O'Brien's still the lowest overall. Ever since giving Georgia the death penalty for simply being too good, there's been no success. But this is the first season that we have lifted the restrictions in recruiting, so now I'm allowed to go after guys outside of the state of Georgia. They can be 4 stars, they can be 5 stars, and that expands our board and our options at these positions. I'm excited the most about Jim 4-star CJ Frederick, if we're able to land him, of course. He has 95 throw power, and I mean, his accuracies are okay. He's not the fastest, but again, this is somebody that could actually develop to be good versus what we have at the moment. Ron is another option, 96 speed at receiver. We're just gonna see. We're gonna see what we're able to get now that we can go after better prospects. I'm assuming it'll be a little bit better. Clemson's our first game. They're gonna be the higher overall still, but we're at home, so I'm hoping we start the season with a win. Also, after Clemson, we got UAB. We got Ohio State. I mean, it's not like it's gonna be a cakewalk before SEC play, though Arkansas is ranked number 3. This is now season 4. It's our chance to have a new, fresh start. How we do this normally is I'll sim to about the 3rd quarter, then I'll hop in, see if we can get the win or not. It seems like right now, we're keeping it very competitive. They're a 91 overall. I love to see this. Down by 10 is definitely a manageable way for us to get a win. We got Jake O'Brien at quarterback. He is now a sophomore. He's nothing special, but he'll get the job done. We got 7 minutes to come back down by 10 points to open up the year. I was never expecting to win this game, but if we do pull this off, that would be pretty sweet. Look at Jake O'Brien go. Little halfback draw action. These actually work pretty well on this game. All right, we still got to get into the end zone, though. Man-to-man coverage right here. We hit our slant. If that's a good throw, it's a touchdown. We still caught it. Halfback screen. They get it out in time. There's also a flag. I'm assuming we hit their quarterback late. This is not looking too ideal. Yeah, it's against us. We're going to give up another 15 yards. If we can hold them to a field goal, all we have to do is score a touchdown to get the win. I think it's crucial we start the season with that. This is a huge 3rd and 12. It is our time to get them off the field here. Come on, throw it to me. Throw it to me. The kick is going to go up, and it is wide right. They've missed. We are now in a spot where we could take the lead against them with a touchdown, up by 4. I really need it. We did start 2-0 last year, and then it all went downhill. But my thought process is this is one of the harder games on the schedule. So winning this proves a lot. I've kind of run it with O'Brien too much, though. We need to just make a read right here. Crossing route should be open. They almost got back to it. 3rd and 11. Halfback screens are actually pretty good in these situations. We're going to spin to try to get around those defenders too. There's still 3 minutes left on the clock as well. Their man-to-man coverage has literally locked up all of our receivers. I had nowhere to go. I think RPOs in these spots are a pretty good idea, though we didn't get anything. I tried to play it safe and run the ball a little bit, and now we're going to probably have to settle for 3. Unless we can hit that wheel route right there. Nope. We're going to have to rely on our defense after letting the clock run down and hopefully hitting this to get a stop. I kind of forgot that we were still trailing. I thought we were just going to settle for a field goal. I don't know why I went to that mindset. This isn't good enough. 35 seconds left. They're handing it off. They're not passing. Are they taking it to overtime? That would actually be perfectly ideal. We're just going to have to keep on dropping our players back. Yeah, they're wasting time off the clock. They still have 2 of their timeouts. Come on. Send it to overtime. That's all that we need. This is not going to get them many yards. They might even run it here, though they are throwing it. I'm ready for it. I've left the flat open. Sure, you can take that. There's just not that much time left. I think if we run like a cover 4 drop right here and we protect the sticks, there's pretty much no chance that they get in field goal range. And we're going to get the interception with Lau. Hang on. Can we get in field goal range? We're not close enough, I don't think, at all. If we had a really good kicker, we still would not be close enough, but I'd attempt it at least. We'll get the throw off it. Come on. This is it. Beat him with the Hail Mary. Catch it. Oh, we were so close to holding that. We're starting out on defense, which is a good sign. The computer, if we hold them to a 4th down, will settle for a field goal, though they're already inside the 5. They're at the 1. No, they're in the end zone. How did he just make that play? I guess the question should be, if we do score a touchdown to respond, do we just go for the 2-point conversion? Or do we take it to double overtime? I'm not sure. I mean, their receivers are clearly superior to what we got out there on the field. Man-to-man coverage. We can turn around and catch it. No. How is Jake O'Brien selling us right now? We had it. We would have been able to pick up the first down. This could be placed well, though. He made up for it. We should be able to punch it in with Clemens from here, though we're getting stuffed. I think it's time that we pull out the speed option. We get us out in space, or we just take it in with Jake O'Brien. He's short. Oh, no. Oh, no. Now I'm starting to panic. It feels like it could be too far for the quarterback sneak as well. Come on. Get in. Get in. Oh, no. Do we go back to the quarterback sneak? I swear, if we mess this up and we don't get into the end zone here, I'm going to lose my mind. Come on. We're in. I'm not going for the 2-point conversion. We are going to extend this game right here because from what I just saw, we struggle to get 2 yards. We'll mix in a run on 2nd and 10. RPO actually faked out the defense. They were listening. They thought that they could stop us there. Tight end, open, down at the 3, 2, 1. If Clemens has that space, it definitely makes more sense to just get rid of it. But they're all over him. I think if they run zone, we're going to have somebody. If they're getting in here, though, I can't scramble. I know for a fact we cannot settle for a field goal here and get the win comfortably. So my hope was man-to-man coverage. We beat their man-to-man coverage, and we're short. I don't think this is a spot for a quarterback sneak after what happened on the last drive. We're going for the fullback dive. Send it. There we go. We got it. This is a very long opening to the season. We're playing the full season in this, so we are just going to have to clutch up this game. Where is our blocking? Let's see what they got for us right here. Interception would be sweet. They could have rolled out to a sack if we had some good defensive linemen. It is running quarterbacks that really make me worried, so I will put a quarterback spy out there for this play. But mainly, we're just sticking with zone coverage. We're going to make them beat us through it, and they can't. It all comes down to this. 4th and 5. They're in 5 wide, which is a little bit nerve-wracking to stop out of this coverage. There's the touchdown. We better not lose the game with the 2-point conversion here. I've pinched the line. I'll bring this kid in too, just in case they hand it off. They went with the play action. We get the sack. We can go for 2-point conversions. We're trading them back and forth. Their first play, if it's a run, we're in some trouble. It's a pass, though, so we should be able to hold them right here. Come on. Don't let him run in. Game on the line now. My first read's our tight end. If that's not open, second read was our drags. We'll step up and do the same thing. We can't run the same stuff back again, though. I think Eric Berry on a drag route could be good. That was my read. We missed the throw. They win this with a 2-point conversion now. Lock in here. I don't like how wide that running lane is, but we have 7 players in the box. That should work. Everything's covered. Come on. Quick. No, I didn't take the angle right. He got loose. I probably shouldn't have clicked on. I think we would have stopped him. It's all good. We have a chance to redeem ourselves at number 14 UAB. They might be ranked high. They made the playoffs, I'm pretty sure, but it is a chance for us to get a ranked win because I'm sure they're like an 83 overall. We have to handle our recruiting business too, though. We have hard sells we can start to make, though CJ Frederick, the one interest we've unlocked is a D grade, so we might be better off just sending the house. Well, simming against UAB is going very, very wrong. We are still going to try our best to come back because it's a 2-possession game with 3.5 minutes left. We have all of our timeouts, but man, I was not expecting us to struggle like this against the Blazers. We pretty much have to just stay in hurry up mode for this entire drive because if we don't, the clock's going to run a little bit. If we burnt them deep, though, that's a good start. Come on, catch it. I swear, we are the unluckiest. Anytime we play in the rain, I just experienced the worst catching I've ever seen in my life. Okay, well, I'm not going to say that was a good read. It wasn't. It was not at all. I tried to throw it to the sidelines. This game is over. We miss a tackle. We miss another tackle. It's done. Instead of starting 2-0 like we did last year, we're starting 0-2. And we're about to play Ohio State. So our chances of making a bowl game are already not looking good, but that's our one main goal for this season. We might lose CJ Frederick just off of the looks of it right now because proximity to home's his other interest, and that's not going to be a good sell either. We have a D grade, a B grade. I think we're just going to have to hope that somehow we beat out other schools without a hard sell. Week 3 against Ohio State. They're a 91 overall. They're coming to Georgia. Please don't have us lose again. Well, against Ohio State, late. There was no reason to hop in. This team's overall is up in, it's like the best one we've ever had, but we got beat by 35. We have gotten our first 5-star commit at running back, Esteban Cantrell. This is a good start. This is not what I was expecting when I knew we could go after anybody, though the 96 speed wide receiver's gone. He chose South Carolina over us. That was a gem. That was who I needed. Now we have to go all in on CJ Frederick. Going into week 5 now, we had a bye week. We're coming off a bye. Missouri at home. They're 2-2. Maybe this is when we finally win. This sim against Missouri, going better than some of our recent sims, so we can actually hop in and try our best to beat them. We will see if a bomb to start the game works out well. I will throw this up all the time and just hope that we hold on to the football. There we go. We are not losing again. We are not losing again. 2nd and 16, 5 minutes left. We can get Missouri off the field. We're all in that hole. We got the stop. Now it is time to return this kick and continue the comeback against Missouri. They're overrated in this game, just like they are in real life this year. 4.5 minutes left now. We did beat them with a cut on that route, but their corner got back to it. I shouldn't have thrown a red meter ball. Unfortunately, it was not placed exactly where I was hoping it would be, but the game is not over. I am due to make some bad reads like that one whenever I try to force it. Here on 2nd and 17, they hand it off. It's going to be 3rd and manageable. We got to get Missouri off the field after my bad read. 3rd and 7 here. Zone, do your job, knock the ball out. Now, I'm not a fan of that ball bouncing out at the 2-yard line for sure. But if we can put this over that defender's head, that would have been a dot. The lack of ability of our players catching sometimes is very frustrating to see. Whatever we do, we have to get this one out quick, and Fafita gets us the first down. We still have 3 minutes to tie this one up. I think with how overtime went against Clemson, though, we're just going to go for the 2-point conversion, especially if we score and there's like 10 seconds left. Right before the 2-minute warning, we're getting one final snap off, and Jake O'Brien is getting loose. Look at these legs. We still got plenty of time, though. Every time we get out of hurry-up mode, it is going to waste some. We beat them deep over on that left side. We actually had our crosser there. I should have set our feet. College Football 25 is the top-selling game of the year right now. Wow. Over anything or like sports titles? No way. No. They're waving to us. Like we didn't just get so unlucky. I don't know how we're going to recover and make a bowl game if we're starting 0-4. It's still our main goal for the season, but we need them to like miss this field goal after getting a stop on 3rd down. They're down the middle. We have 4 years left in this rebuild, and right now, our pace to win a championship and recover with them is looking atrocious. I didn't realize the death penalty rebuild was going to be this challenging. We are still shooting for a bowl game, though. This season 4 will turn around. I think it's time that we make some switches. Here we go. It's time for the big reveal. What are we doing differently? I think it is time that we change up our quarterback. Chad Kane might be a junior, but I like the freshman we're going after. I guess he isn't a freshman yet. I'm hoping we get him in recruiting, but Jake O'Brien is not him. We're going to have to put somebody else in. An 89 speed, we can make that work, especially with Magician. We put 75 hours into this player, though, and Georgia Tech's still going to beat us out for CJ Frederick. This was our quarterback plan for the future. I'm just left in disbelief. We're going to lose out on all these guys. We're going back to recruiting 3 stars. It's done. So much for trying to get these 4 stars. We might as well have just never gone after them in the first place. I am shocked to see CJ Frederick still chose us the next week, coming off a bye. This is the best news we could have seen right here. He's the future. He's starting for us next year, but for now, we're going to give Chad Kane his opportunity. Not only did we get Frederick and Cantrell and Haskins, I mean, that's all we're going to get. We've literally lost 6 battles for other 4 stars, plus the ones we've taken off of our board. So the experiment of trying to go after a lot of them has not worked, but at least we got a few good signings along the way. Also, why am I still going after 4 stars? I have not learned our lesson yet. Going against LSU, number 25 in some polls, we better come out on top. And right now, we aren't at the bottom of the SEC. Vanderbilt is, so we'll at least take that for granted. Will we compete with LSU? You know how we handle this. We sim to the 4th quarter. Right now, we're up 10-0. All those people that think we could still win a bowl game or make a bowl game at the very least are looking pretty if we're up by 14. Now it's 21-all. I don't know how things went south that quickly, but apparently in the process of simming an extra play or 2, we are now in a 21-all game. So we have to clutch up in this situation, and they're running man-to-man coverage. I just realized this is 3rd and 6 as well. We have got to convert here. Kane is fast. Kane is fast. He's not fast enough. Run the ball. Do it. I dare you. I dare you. Get in there. Let's go. Let's go. We're getting the ball back. I'm not choking this. I'm not choking it. All right. The last drive did not end in our favor, but maybe this one will. Using the motion for this halfback screen, though, should work. Should work. What are you doing getting stuck on everybody? Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6. Drag route. No. We're not losing another game off a pick like that. Not happening. Nope. There is actually no way that we just said, hey, buddy, who got in free? Oh, it was this dude. Is this who's getting encouraged to transfer right here? You couldn't even hold him for like a second. Not even a second. This is bad. This is very bad. Oh, no, they're at the 4. Here's the thing, though. If we hold them to a field goal, I'm still very confident in our chances here. It's just probably not happening. Late game interception strikes again, but that one wasn't my fault. We have a box of like 9 players down here. I mean, we should be able to get hands on him at least. We're going to have our tight end at least. Easy gains. I'm going for the 2-point conversion, by the way. I am not going through the pain of losing another overtime game. We just have to get into the end zone first. Man-to-man coverage. Oh, bad throw. I have Kane. So Chad Kane is faster. He has 89 speed. What we've failed to do on most of our drives, what's given us the issues is I was playing so passively. I was not taking it the way we needed to. We should have them beat deep right here, actually. Come on, come down with it. Hold on to the ball. Eric Berry. I'm a casual. Who's Eric Berry? Eric Berry, if you're a casual, he beat cancer and then came back and played. Oh my gosh, we gave up a touchdown. Okay, well, LSU just scored in 3 plays. All right, we still have 27 seconds left. I think our crossing route's eventually going to get open. I'm going back to Eric Berry, by the way. He's not our fastest. He actually is our slowest of our 3 best receivers. He has 89 speed. Oh no, there's a flag. That would have been such a good throw. I stepped above the line of scrimmage. I should have set my feet right there. That was 4th down, though. I didn't even know it was 4th down. Okay, we lost. We're 0-5. Great. They scored 28 points in the 4th quarter, and only half of those are my fault. We have gotten another 5-star running back to commit. I'm not sure what we're going to do with 2 of them, especially since we pass more than run it, but I guess I'll take it. I have been informed that our 2 5-star running backs are both with the last name Cantrell. They're both from Georgia, but I know for a fact that they are not brothers. Maybe they're stepbrothers. Right now, we're going on the road to Kyle Field. If we lose this game, our odds are not looking good. After the LSU game, I don't care what type of lead we get through sim. I am confident this team will blow it. I don't feel comfortable. The fact that we're winning is kind of crazy. And by the 3rd quarter, will I even have a lead? No, we don't have a lead. Somehow, we're down by 4. It's just the most frustrating thing ever. We can't seem to win anything this year. I am scared of leaving any time on the clock if we do score. I don't think there is enough of a chance of us to be able to run out the rest of it. I think we have to be able... Oh no, we're going down. I can't even say what I was saying. I'm still going for it here. I am not going to give up. 4th and 15. Crossing route's not open, but that route right there is... What? Okay, they can have it. It's like an arm punt. We find ourselves in this position like every week. We're in a spot where we have to get a defensive stop and then we need to score. I just want us to get wins. They might beat us deep with this play action, though. I was not really prepared for it. They are trying to send it. We can get back to that. No, we can't. We're going to lose another game. 3rd and 19, 2.5 minutes left. I mean, we're going to throw this and go for the jump ball. We got the flag out of it. That works. We could still somehow come out on top. Though I think I threw him another pick. Yep, go ahead. Flame me in the comments. I don't care. It's over. It is done. This team sucks, stinks, atrocious. We have 3 seasons after this year to win a championship. I don't know how we're going to do it. I hope that we don't get some decommits or transfers. We're still making progress in the recruiting scene, but this season is going worse than last year. No one's gone after this kid from Louisville, Kentucky. I got to get the Kentucky boy at wide receiver. We need George. If we lose one more game, the bowl game dreams are done. But we will do everything in our power to take down number 8 South Carolina on the road. I would like to point out, this roster is not an 85 overall. We have 3 players above an 85 overall. It's more like an 82-81. So it's been lying to us all season. This is my integrity on the line right here. I said I would get this team to a bowl game. Will it be possible? The sim better set us up nicely. That's all I'm saying. Right now, we're down 14-3. Chad Kane's done nothing for us. Come on. Well, I evidently missed when I was supposed to step in because now there's only 2.5 minutes left. But we're down by 8. This is manageable. If we can get enough time back here in the pocket, I actually really like our odds. Of course, taking the sack makes it 2nd and 22. That could have been intercepted. And this is why we desperately need some recruits at wide receiver. They're not getting open versus man-to-man coverage. and we are on 4th and 22. This is a disaster of a year. I am disappointed in how it's gone. It's cover 2 though, so we might be able to beat it to the sideline, and we don't. We can still get the football back with 3 straight defensive stops, so I can't write off our chances yet. 2nd and 11, run commit again. We know exactly what is coming right here. If they did a jet touch pass, we would have been in trouble. I really hope they don't throw the ball in this situation. They don't. We're all over the run. That means we're getting it back. Based off of this, I have to stand strong and tall in the pocket so we don't get sacked as quick. But it still doesn't matter. Our offensive line needs another year of development easily. Maybe 2 years of development. They're sticking with the halfback angle route, but we still catch it. There's a chance. There's a chance. Minute left in this game. The 2-point conversion is going to be the most challenging part, in my opinion. We have the halfback angle route. Wait, no, that's a PI. Get the flag out. Nope. We are not going to act like right here. What happened? You see this? Watch him. Granted, I thought he was going to be more open than this, but he just gets like this boost. He trips us up. The ball goes straight to him. I'm not taking it. That is it. We have not made a bowl game this season. All we can do is try to get better recruits and try to win at least one game. If we beat Florida, this would be sweet. If we pull this off, I am never going to shut up about it. Beating Florida right now, the #1 team, would be big. Just give me a chance in the 3rd quarter so I can make up for all the games I've choked throughout this season. Well, down 21-3, I don't think I've been given a fair opportunity to come back right here at all. I'm still giving it a slight chance, just in case our offensive line learns how to block. I'm sure when I watch this back, there's going to be players that get open, but I have seen a lot of players just get clamped over and over, and we still have a touchdown. There we go. 2nd and 13, run the ball. I dare you to just hand this one off right here. Go ahead. We're all over it. We're going to be all over it. These are the games that I like to try the hardest to come back in whenever I'm recording, so I'm excited for this right here. Only down by 11, we have all 3 of our timeouts. Now, Ben Isaac, I have not thrown the ball much to him here, even though we did last season a bunch. If we get a single high look, we're probably going to try to go for the aggressive catch, and it doesn't work. We just need like a deep touchdown fast, because if there's anything less than 30 seconds left on the clock by the time we score, we're not winning. I will even test Randy Fafita against that corner one-on-one again. Come on. We had it right there. It's just whether or not we get enough time versus this defensive line. This time we did have enough time, but he got outrun. Okay, yep, this one's done too. Anytime they run man-to-man like that, I just know we're not going to win. So we're 0-8. Will we win a game this season? I don't know. Vanderbilt. It is Vanderbilt. If we lose to 76 overall Vanderbilt, we seriously have to question ourselves. Vanderbilt sim. Please go better than all of our other ones. We've had very few leads in these games through sim. If we get our first win off of just simming, that is kind of funny. It's not going to be on me to choke it away. I don't need to step in. We're up 29-3. We're going to win a game this season. We're not going to go winless in year number 4. This is what I needed. Thank you, Vanderbilt, for not being good. Recruiting-wise, even these 4 stars we started going after late, we're going to lose on like pretty much all of them. I think our class is about to be atrocious, but maybe we'll pick it up in the transfer portal. We are getting cooked, and we should be getting cooked. It's not like we've been good. I will go through the process of doing like all the hard and soft sells and all that, but I think we got to schedule visits against Georgia Tech. Will we beat Arkansas? I guess we could end the season on a run, but it won't matter. Well, there was no reason to step into this. We scored 0 points. We put up a donut. I don't even care if we win at this point. That was just so disappointing to see. This game is pretty much over as well. I'm just going to try my best to come back. No way they snagged that. That is our luck for this season. He snagged that interception like behind his head, catching it like this. I'm done. I will gladly lose this game. We can go 1-11. It is what it is. It is what it is. Georgia Tech, we're ending the year here. I don't even think I'm going to hop in. We're going to come out on top. We're going to get that win. The stakes are actually kind of high right here because we have 4 stars on visits for this game. So we beat Georgia Tech. Because we've been so bad, this would really boost up our recruiting. And you know what? We got to step in. We got to step in here. If I blow a 10-point lead, there is something seriously wrong with me. The last thing that was simmed was a blocked field goal and then a couple of their plays on offense. Come on. Don't give up a touchdown already. This is kind of scary. If I choke this, I can't beat the menu merchant allegations. Even though Georgia Tech was ranked at one point in this season, I just can't accept losing. If they stop us running the ball, they're going to get the ball back, and then we're probably going to give up another touchdown. I think we already know what's going to come, but we're fighting for a first. I have never in my life run this play before either. I'm going to try it just because it could be good, though they have 2 corners over there, so I definitely can't throw the RPO. We might actually be cooked, boys. We might be cooked. We need to pick up something here, and we're taking the sack. Beautiful. I absolutely love the offensive line that we have on this team. It is totally not the worst offensive line I've ever seen in my life. I think our offensive line in season number 1 was better than it is right now. Let's just end this season with a win, though. If we get a defensive stop, that would be huge. No, they break a tackle. I bet they not only get into field goal range, but they also get a touchdown just to really rub it in. I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. And let's not act like I'm not sweating this one away either. I'm making adjustments on defense, like 4 or 5 of them before every play. They got us with the halfback screen, but they don't get much. Okay, 3rd and 6 right here. I'm going to have to use her this deep, and they just run. I can't stand running quarterbacks. We have to get in some pressure on him or something. They're handing it off. No, I'm there to make the tackle. All right, spike the ball. There's going to be like 30 seconds left. And right here, even if they do end up getting a field goal out of this, I would assume they're in field goal range. We will have a chance to get one of our own. They are definitely not reaching the marker. Please, shank the kick. We need something to go our way this season. I'm not watching it. I'm going to open my eyes in a second. Did it miss? The refs are signaling and it missed. We win. We win. What happened? Wait. How did they miss it? Did it hit off of the post? I feel like I saw the ball bounce. Yeah, it did. It literally hit off of the post right there. This is the only time that Chad Kane has been able to get on his knees this season. We'll take the win. That is huge. If we don't get at least 3 or 4 4-star commits out of this, I'm going to be very disappointed. Oh my gosh. We have been waiting. We have been hoping. And now we get to see what type of roster we can prepare for season number 5. We have 3 years to win a championship. We'll see how it goes. There it is. A commit from a running back. The most useless position to commit because we have so many of them. And the other guys chose other schools. No. We lost to UAB. They beat us by a lot, but if their quarterback wins the Heisman, that doesn't really bug me. I am happy to say this 5-star's not chosen a school yet, but we have lost so many battles on 4-stars that next year our strategy probably can't be going after them. We've only signed 8 players. It is time for dev traits though. We have elite dev on a right tackle. That will help out our offensive line. Esteban is normal dev for a 5-star. Disappointing. This running back has star. CJ Frederick has star. I wanted that out of a quarterback, and there is no other elites. From a quarterback perspective, nothing was good. I probably threw half of those interceptions. Chad Kane had the most rushing yards, and he played half the year. So that is how terrible our running backs have been. And then receiving-wise, of course, no one was standing out. This is how the playoffs turned out. South Carolina made the championship, but they couldn't win it. From a senior perspective, though, we are starting to lose some players. I don't know if I signed these guys or not. Maybe they were transfers, but I'm not ashamed or upset that either of these guys are leaving. Well, the transfer portal is the most disappointing thing I've ever seen in my life. We have 4 options and they are all buns. I don't want a thing to do with them. Our school grades are still not terrible, which is crazy. The fact that these are even decent blows my mind, but we can go after one final player in this class now, and it's George. He's a 5-star. I might as well scout him, see how fast he is. He has some decent abilities, 94 speed, 6'6", 97 jumping. We need him on the outside. Like expected, he did sign with us. His dev trait, though, that's what I'm curious about. It's only impact. This class, though, is very disappointing. Only 9 prospects. We have got to do better next year. 41st in the country. I have accidentally skipped position changes, though. I have skipped position changes. That's going to cost us overall points for sure. I think everything that could have gone wrong this season went wrong this season, though seeing that at least the player progression we're going through, a lot of these guys are seniors, but they're stepping up. We're up to an 88 overall. We might be around there. It's just at quarterback, we're definitely going to start a freshman. I'm going to bump up our overall even more too. I'm going to just start cutting all these players that stink. If you're below like a 70, you don't belong on this team. All these junior quarterbacks that aren't seeing the field for us, get off the roster. Senior Chad Kane, I had enough of you. You weren't good enough. This is what we have needed forever. We've needed to just get rid of these bums that are wasting time and making it so other players can't get on the field. 83 speed, get out of here. I also feel bad that I have to do this, but Eric Berry is slower, so as a senior, he is off the team. This is definitely a Bordeaux purge. I've had enough. I've seen it all. Get off. Be gone. You suck. You're terrible. 74 overall senior. What makes you think you deserve to be on this team? All right, I think I've done enough damage. I think I've done enough. Most of that really won't help us too much. It is time for the moment of truth. Our overall going into season number 5 with 3 years to win it all is officially a 90. Could be inflated, but at quarterback, I'm starting CJ Frederick. He's the only 4-star we've ever gotten at this position, and his skill caps are not that existent. He is 1 in accuracy, none for power, none for IQ. This is beautiful. We're starting the season at number 1 Ohio State. This could not be a worse way for us to open up the year. If we look at our team schedule here in year number 5, we are playing against 8 top 25 opponents. We have number 6 Virginia Tech on here, Texas A&M, Arkansas, South Carolina, Oklahoma, Florida, and LSU, with a couple of road games that are also going to be tough, like Missouri, maybe Georgia Tech. And keep in mind, this is a team that hasn't won more than 3 games. I know you're seeing that overall. You're saying 90 overall. It's going to be cake. No, it's not. That is a lie. That overall is a flat out lie. We have 1 player above a 90 overall. In our top 10 players, you're going to see 84s and 85s. This is not a 90 overall roster. This roster might be an 86 if we were lucky, probably more like an 85. We're starting a freshman quarterback, CJ Frederick, because all these other options aren't good. We're going to start out just playing this one against the Buckeyes. We'll see how we do, but I have a feeling that it's not going to go in our favor. If we go in and beat the number 1 team to start the year, that would actually be incredible. If you haven't seen it before, we just sim the first 3 quarters, then I take over in the 4th. So we need it to be close by the time that we get to that point. I think it's going to be. And with 4 minutes left, I think they're kicking this field goal to tie it up at 17. We could have a good drive to win it. First play with CJ Frederick's not going to be a pass. We're going to hand it off to Cantrell. He's been on the team for a little bit now. Or maybe he's the true freshman. I remember that we got like 2 Cantrells last season. Now we can get CJ Frederick a throw. We're completing it to Escalante. That's another freshman over there. He is 6'6". He is 94 speed. So I might just try throwing up a ball to him, seeing if we can get an aggressive catch, because that'd be a highlight play. I love to go for him. Look at how tall he is. He catches it. This team is actually so much fun now. We have not been able to do anything like that. Hit him with the RPO and lose a couple yards. 2nd and goal, jet touch pass. This is going to also lose us yards. We probably should have just run the ball if it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 11. Though I could try to thread it up the seam, or we could scramble. I'm not a fan of settling for a field goal here, but we'll take it. We're going to be up by 3. Ohio State is going to have 2 minutes to respond, but we're getting the user interception. We're going to beat the number 1 team to start this season. I don't want to jinx it yet. We still have to pick up 1 more first down because they have 3 timeouts left. But a big run right here would probably do it, and Hugh Cantrell, the freshman, takes us inside the red zone. I could not have thought of a better way for us to open up season number 5. We might make a bowl game for the first time. 2nd and 8, we just need to take this handoff for a little bit more. They could still get it back. They would have about a minute left on the clock, which is why I'm going to step up right here, hit our drag route, and it's dropped. I thought this game was over, and now Ohio State can still win it with a touchdown. We got an interception the last time that we were using ETN right here, so I'm going to hope to lurk them in that same fashion, though they go to the other side. I don't think Ohio State's going to be able to get it down the field versus us. I think our defense is locking up pretty well right here. We are definitely set up for a rough season if we end up losing this game. I just feel like blowing it at this point isn't even something that can happen. They're throwing it away for the 2nd time. We better lock in right here. 4th and 5. Let me get over on ETN. They're probably going to try and hit that seam. I can't catch up to him, though. It's off target. Who would have thought Georgia is coming out and beating the number 1 team to start this season? There it is, though, 23-17. This is the biggest result we've had in this death penalty dynasty by far. Next up, we have number 12 Virginia Tech. We're at home this time, so theoretically, we might be able to go 2-0. Our starting running backs returning kickoffs. He breaks a tackle. Hang on. Maybe it's a good thing that we're starting off playing the kickoff, because Cantrell could take this to the crib. You just got to outrun number 6, buddy. That was the ideal start to the game. I can't believe he broke that tackle. This team is so much better than last season's already. And they're freshmen out there. That's exactly what we needed, though. CJ Frederick. Here's the thing. After we get into the end zone right here, I have to sim to the 4th quarter. So we might not even get the touchdown. I'm going to continue to run. Just looking at the sim right now, 29-15. Though they've scored a couple touchdowns. This one's not completely over if we can't pick up this 3rd and 18 right here. I don't think we have it deep. We're going to have a perfect pass. We do. We can start to chew the clock. That is exactly what we needed. A little RPO action can't hurt either. Get Groy out in that open space so we can continue to move the chains. As long as we get at least a touchdown or a field goal, we're going to be fine. That does it. 36-22. This is what we needed. A 2-0 start, though we haven't even played an SEC game. Vanderbilt, Georgia to open up SEC play. 78 overall. We're at home. We should have no issues here. 31-7 here at halftime. Like I thought, we're not going to lose this game. We're actually doing really well in sim so far. I'm happy with how the team's performing. We might as well just see if we can go farther than a bowl game. CJ Frederick's really been our answer. 352 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 69% completion percentage. That is nice out of your starting quarterback. Right now, we are 3-0. The most games we've won in a season so far has been that 2029 season, 3-9. So we win one more game, we're going to have our best season yet. And even better, we're about to play against FCS East, which means if we take them down, we're on pace to really make a bowl now. Now, for the sim against FCS East right now, it is a close game. They were up 7-0 at some point. I'm not sure how that has happened, but we might have to even step in here in the fourth quarter. Never mind. We're starting to blow them out. That's fine for me. 4-0. They did get a safety to end the game, but we did still beat them by quite a bit. Now we're taking on number 19 Texas A&M. This is going to come after we do a little bit of recruiting, see who we've gotten so far, but I'm hoping we continue the undefeated season. We are currently ranked in the top 25. This is the first time it's happened in this rebuild. South Carolina is 4-0 at the very top, but we have done it. We have taken Georgia back from the death penalty, even if I still think things are going to go downhill at some point. So far, signing-wise, we have not been able to get the 1 5-star on our board, but we did get Everett Fung. I don't think we're ever going to play him at quarterback because of how good ours has been, the freshman, but he is another option that's a gem. Most of these other commits, though, are just going to add to our depth on like our offensive line, maybe some linebackers or tight ends too. It seems like most of our hard sells have been correct, which is a big deal. We should be getting a lot of these guys to commit. I am a little bit worried as we go into this game, though, that we're about to fall off a cliff with this season because we have done that in previous years. Well, it looks like with 6 minutes left, we find ourselves down by 13. This is about what I was expecting. We were going to struggle at some point. We fit it into the window, though. I'm going to probably just throw this one up to our 6'6 receiver, just out of not having any patience. And not only can he moss players, he can outrun kids too. 3rd and 10, Texas A&M, after we have scored, has not been able to do anything offensively. User looked pretty good there. We just aren't able to stop their rushing quarterback. I think what they're going to do is at least get a field goal out of this drive now. And that is far from good for us whenever it comes to them getting a field goal, unless we get a sack. It is now 3rd and 8. This is our chance to hold them. They're running down the clock, but they're passing the ball. They're going to their flat, and they're short. We still have a chance even if they hit this kick, but it's going to miss to the right. That is exactly what we needed. I'm very tempted to just throw up a 50-50 ball if we get that one-on-one look, but we should not do that. CJ Frederick has literally been our answer to everything so far. The one thing he's not great at, though, is scrambling. We still need that to improve quite a bit. Don't fumble. The accelerated clock's also running it down a little bit here. I'm going to hit the drag and see if we can go to work. We have a running back that's going to block that guy up there. Juke this kid out as well. The pressure is on right now, but this is the most clutch I think I've been throughout this entire thing. Take the snap right here. Stand tall in the pocket. And I have nothing. We'll throw it away. That zig route to Welsh is probably going to be my main read. I'll also put Escalante on a drag route just in case that gets open. They were going to guard the zig, and now we're down at like the 3. We've definitely taken a lot of the clock off. That was my main priority with this. I'm looking for one of these hitches. We're just going to throw a bullet pass. That was very, very stressful, but we have completed the comeback. I don't know why they'd run man-to-man and play that off, but this extra point puts us in front. This has been an incredible season. Right now, we are on pace to make the playoffs. I know we have a bunch of ranked teams on the schedule still. They basically need to have a Hail Mary go their way. I don't think they can get like a 5-second in-field goal range play. They've thrown it up to that route right there. We're swatting it down, and it didn't even get swatted by us. There it is, 21-20. We can actually win home games this season. That is something that never happened before. It's definitely taken us a while to compete. We got a couple more signings while losing other ones to Florida State and Miami. Looking at the rest of our schedule right now, we're about to play at number 7 Arkansas versus number 1 South Carolina. We have 4 ranked games in a row. And then we finish off the year with 3 road games, one of them at Death Valley. I don't think we can say we're playoff bound. Toledo has a wide receiver favored to win the Heisman, but I need to see CJ Frederick up here. Maybe we should try to get one more full recruiting class. We only have 2 years left after this season. We'd lose 12 players, 15 and 19. Yeah, we probably should try to fill up the team a little bit more, actually. We have enough hours to offer 6 more player scholarships. Here we go. Time for number 7 Arkansas, coming in at an 89 overall. That's higher than I thought they'd be. I actually want to see their roster. Of course, you can compare our top players to theirs. We have a 93. They are going to have a 93, but their depth is clearly a lot farther down. Like they have 88s and 87s where we have 84s. We might be able to make the SEC championship though. It's just too early to tell with most of these teams not playing in any games yet in conference play. This is the first sim I'm very, very nervous to watch because I have no control until the fourth quarter. They're up 6-0 right now. Well, this is terrible. 33-3. I don't know what the Razorback magic is in this dynasty, but there's no reason that we should be losing by this much. 4th and 2, we're going with the toss. We'll see if we can get the speed to the outside. We're breaking the tackle, and we have enough. Now, we're still going to try to get the comeback just because this would be the greatest comeback of all time. I don't think it's possible. We're down by 4 possessions at least. Now, I've clutched up a lot of games this season, but I don't think it's going to happen right here. This throw, though, is just underthrown. We need the aggressive catch. He has it. Apparently that ball was not in his hands though. It looked like it was, so it's 4th and 10. This is the game right here if we don't pick this up. I'll send it up to Ben Isaac just because he was one of the players at the beginning of this that made so many clutch catches. You wanted the greatest comeback of all time? It is still possible. Is it very likely? Absolutely not, but we're trying. We would 100% go for 2 if we get into the end zone right here. We'll throw a bullet pass. It took us a little bit too long to get down here because I think there's only like 4 minutes left on the clock, but if we're patient enough, we should have had our one. Well, now we have 0 room for error. We need like an onside kick to go our way, and it doesn't. This is done. There was no reason to even try at that point. We made it look a little bit better, but that's our first loss. We've actually moved up in the polls off of that loss. You see, when you're a part of the SEC, you have these quality losses that move you up in the polls instead of dropping you down. We have another tough matchup on our schedule though. South Carolina might have lost, but they're still ranked inside the top 6. Now the last sim did not go in our favor, but this one we're at home. We've started up 10-0, so I think this one's going to be a bit better. With 6 minutes left, we're actually protecting a 7-point lead. So, I mean, if I blow the game, I'd be very upset, but I think it's going to be kind of challenging to do that. That is not an ideal start right there. I might just throw a bullet pass if we can get man-to-man look right there. Go for the aggressive catch, and we're gonna snag it. I've noticed that CJ Frederick on the stats has 3 interceptions in this game though. That's probably the reason that we're not winning by more. I still can't believe how big Escalante is at receiver for us though. He is so huge. 3rd and 7, big play right here. Press coverage versus our best receiver. Even if he's a freshman is not a good idea, South Carolina. We're gonna possession catch it. That might not seem like the smart decision, but I wanted to chew a little bit more clock before we inevitably at least get a field goal. Nah, we're getting the touchdown. 34-24, the final score. That touchdown really sealed it. We are going to what, 6-1 on the season? We should move into the top 10 with a win like this. We've moved up to number 8, though we still have tough games on our schedule. I really don't know how these next 4 or 5 weeks are going to play out. Let's see here. What is their overall? 89, but we're at home. We just saw that playing at home can be a huge help. My theory is we're going to win this one by 14 points. That is my prediction, though currently in this sim, it is not looking so great. We've come back from positions like this before, though. There's still 6 minutes, down by 15 with the ball is not the worst thing in the world. I'm a hope that number 18 can get open right here. I thought he was going to be on a wheel route. Of course, we're looking back in Escalante's direction on this 3rd and 18 since he just couldn't get anything going there. You throw the bullet pass and it doesn't come out. I almost think that we should just attempt the field goal because then we don't have to get a 2-point conversion later on. I trust myself to hit this right here. Lining it up down the middle. That power might not be enough. It's no longer looking as promising, but there's still 5 minutes left. 3rd and 12, we just got to get them off the field. They're in this 5-wide formation. I'm stuck on the defensive lineman, generating the pressure, and we knock it down. If we just get like a match coverage look, I know that we can get a big play deep versus them. This needs to be a hard pass. Still 4 minutes left, halfback screen, get our running back involved a little bit. Clemens got a good block right there. But it is these fade routes that always make the big plays for us. I don't think we can go to the side with our tight end. We have to look over to the left, but he got guarded pretty well. Time is definitely dwindling down. 3 minutes left on the clock. This pass is placed perfectly. I'm also going to try to thread the needle right here if that's cover 2, though I should have waited. You can normally split the safeties. Cantrell is also a shout if this is man-to-man coverage to hit. Though we need to wait a little bit longer before throwing the wheel route. What did I say? He's getting open. We're in the end zone. I'm just going to go ahead, get the 2-point conversion out of the way right now too, while we still have all 3 of our timeouts. We should be able to hit this throw. All right, we know that the run is going to come, so we're going to run commit. We're going to stack the box. They've passed. They have thrown the rock. Why would the computer never does this in the final couple minutes? We're over the 2-minute warning. That's what it is. Anything under the 2-minute warning, and I'm pretty sure they would have run it 3 times in a row, no matter what. Luckily for us, we have still saved all of our timeouts, so it's not like this is completely over. There's a flag on the play, though. It always happens to me. It is starting to look like we're going to fall to 6-2, though I have a plan. I have one player I can trust on 4th and 20. We're going to give him the aggressive catch, but he doesn't come up clutch. That's going to be it against Oklahoma. I definitely could have handled that better than we did. Florida's still number 4. It looks like LSU's still top 5. Even Georgia Tech's ranked. It's not looking good, but we had like the toughest schedule ever. At least this is not a road game at the Swamp. It's always a neutral site one there and lower overall too. We can come back from this. I am confident in this team. Though if we're fumbling the ball, it doesn't help. It is always the collapses. I don't understand why this team has to be this way. I can't even say that we had somebody open there either. It was not worth the risk. We're throwing a bullet pass. We're catching the touchdown. Now we're also going to go for the 2-point conversion. Handing this off into 3 players with abilities is definitely questionable. But somehow, I think we forced a turnover and then got an instant touchdown. I was simming a couple defensive plays in the kickoff. It looks like it was a fumble recovery on the kickoff itself. That makes a lot of sense. Now it is simply on us to get 1 stop against the Gators. On 3rd and 1, though, we can't stop the run. 5 minutes to get them off the field should be plenty of time. I feel like we should get the user interception right here. Lyle or Liley, however you say it, is clutch. He's breaking a tackle too. That is what we needed. I feel like I haven't had a bad interception or anything this year. It's just been consistency with this team. Except that could have been picked. All right, 2nd and 10 now. They're getting in a good amount of pressure. I want a playmaker over the zone, though. We could also scramble for it. Now, I know I don't run the ball as much in these videos, so I'm going to do it on 3rd and 1 to move the chains. We'll continue to keep it on the ground from here. I feel like we're in a pretty good spot. There's 3.5 minutes left. I am burning clock. I'm not going to give Florida much time to respond after we score. No matter what we do, though, they're going to have plenty of it. We're going to have to hit a bullet pass. It's a fumble. It's a fumble. We would have had our tight end right there, too. Now we hit a field goal, and it's going to be tied up at 16. That was far from ideal right there. 2nd and 8. I wonder if they're going to start running or they're going to throw the ball. That's what they've done. They're going to their flat. They're going nowhere. We can definitely still seal this game. I am on Lyle right now. Give me an interception or just have an incompletion. 4th and 11. They're punting it. We need a good return here. Probably not the time to sip my water. I will put it down. I'll see if we can get anything. But I did not call for a fair catch. I'm not sure why the game made me fair catch that ball. That pass has to be accurate. Here we go. 1st and 10. No, 2nd and 10. Never mind. I forgot that we just had an incompletion. And it is 3rd and 13. There's a minute left on the clock. I've run it down a little bit more just in case this doesn't go our way. But I saw the area over the zone. I should have put a corner route out there on the field. I'm not sure why I didn't, though they're not going to even get the penalty on the punt. We need this bounce to go far. It didn't. It's back on the defense. I've been enjoying using Lyle. And here on 2nd and 15, I'm covering the drag, but we left that open. This seems to be just a bunch of teams that cannot score offensively, though. If they pick up this 3rd down run, no, they're getting a touchdown. What was that pursuit angle? I didn't even click on so we could have made the tackle. This is a choke. This is the first choke of the season. I trusted the computer to make the tackle there. I shouldn't have. We know that Hugh Cantrell can return these kickoffs, though. He has done it before. I will be putting a corner route out there on the field for this play. So we're either hitting the corner route or we're taking our chance with the 50-50 ball. Give me that. If Escalante is going to catch that pass, though, we need him to get a lot farther down the field. It's just Florida's getting in pressure pretty fast. We have to hit this route. Come on, catch this. I am not going to throw a pick 6 in this situation. I'm over there looking to that left side now. We have the perfect route to get open versus man-to-man coverage. It's dropped. As tempted as I am to just send this ball up right here, I should have done something else. It's going to be picked off. We're hit. We couldn't even get the ball out in time. They get an interception. We probably aren't going to make a bowl game. Or not a bowl game. We're probably not going to make the playoffs. We're locked for a bowl game. I'm just losing my mind. 30-16. Florida wins on a neutral site. We could have won that. I can't even be excited that we're getting like quarterback commits. It doesn't matter. We have choked this season away. We've fallen down to number 23 in the rankings, though I think if we win at number 5 LSU and at number 13 Georgia Tech, at 9-3, we are a playoff team. This season is far from over. Do not let anybody tell you that we are out of the playoff race. Just off a 1 week of sim and a bye week alone, we're up to number 18. Some of these other teams above us are going to lose. Yeah, we just have to win out from this point. Starting with 2-7 Missouri, there is no way that we drop this on the road. Right now, I was barely paying attention to sim, but it looks like we have blown them out exactly like expected, 38-13. And maybe CJ Frederick is returning to the form that we need him to be in. Finishing the year, number 3 LSU on the road. This is a quality win putting us in the playoffs. We just have to play well. That didn't happen though. By the time that we could hop in, it was 27-7. I've pretty much accepted that we're not going to win this game already. But this is our season on the line, so we really need to have success. That ball, placed perfectly, we hold on. I know it's in Death Valley. I know it's going to be tough, but we brought out the black jerseys for this game for a reason. We want this to be their funeral, and it hasn't been. That's not a touchdown. I figured they were going to review it. Now we're just going to have to hand it off and punch it in on the ground instead. We'll fight. We'll fight. They scored a touchdown on their first play, though. I didn't even mean to sim it. I don't know what to do about that because now, with 3.5 minutes left, we're still trailing by 21 points. We need to get down the field as fast as possible, and we can't do that if they're running man-to-man coverage and they also have safety help. My one read is supposed to be throwing this up to our 6'6 receiver here. It is going to be a one-on-one play. This is what we're hoping for, and he had it in his hands. I wish receivers would still catch that ball a little bit more whenever they have it, though we beat the press with Ben Isaac. He gets in. I think he's a senior now. What we need to happen is we have to force a 3-and-out without using any timeouts. We still have the 2-minute warning on our side. I think we can make that happen, though we have learned from previous games they could pass in this situation. Of course, that's when they decide to run it. 2 clock is on. I have decided to run commit just because it seems like they're going to give it to that right side. We'll see if they actually go with it, though, and that was the right decision. 3rd and 7. I am going to pass commit. That might be the wrong decision, and it turns out it is. They're using the read option. We didn't get off the block in time. It's over. I mean, we still can get them off the field and get the ball back, but we would have to recover an onside kick. Our playoff hopes are basically done, and they passed it on 3rd down. The computer never does it in this situation. Well, that means there's definitely no playoff hopes for us now. We are losing our 4th game of the year after we started 4-0. We can still take some positive aways from the year if we're able to beat Georgia Tech on the road, another rival, but I am very disappointed. It was a good season, but I thought it was going to go so much better than it did. There is something we have to consider, though, because we're looking at it from the lens of we thought we were going to make the playoffs. If we would have been told that we would have at least 7 wins and making a bowl game in this year at the beginning of the season, we would have been happy, so we can't be too upset. But it is frustrating to know that we lost so many close ones. So far against Georgia Tech, things seem to be going in our favor. 14-3. I would love if we didn't even need to play this, if we just took care of business. And I think that is exactly what is happening here. Final score is going to be 27-9. That means we're finishing 8-4 before our bowl game. I have noticed something though. Despite finishing 8-4, we never had anything pop up about a bowl game. I'm not sure if we got a bowl invite from where we finished in the SEC. We're now in bowl week 2 and it's another bye week. So that just guarantees we have been snubbed of a bowl game after going 8-4. That is the only goal from this season I wanted to achieve. This is how our record's going to hold. I mean, it's still better than the other 4 seasons so far, but it is very disappointing. We have CJ Frederick with a great freshman season. I couldn't have asked for a better year from him. He also had a couple rushing touchdowns. Our rushers weren't great though. Averaging 4 yards a carry is good. I guess we did pass a lot more. Then from a receiving perspective, no 1,000-yard receivers. George Escalante though, no question, he's the #1 guy. Looking at the playoffs, LSU did win it all, so I'm not too ashamed for losing that game on the road against them, but I still wish we could have gotten here. Looking at all the players we're losing though, I'm hoping we don't take a step back. We need to convince this kid to not go to the NFL draft. He's a junior, projected 1st-round pick, and he's gone. Ben Isaac also contributed a lot to this program. So did Jared Clemens. I didn't realize he was also a senior. That 1st-round pick is going to help with our pro potential, at least. We haven't been putting players in the NFL since getting the death penalty. With a class of just 11 4-stars and a punter, our quality definitely went down, but we're going to have to hope this is enough to get us a championship. I thought since we're starting to perform better, maybe we'd sign some better players. I want to see elite development. We have that on a right outside linebacker. That's at least 1 player. We even have it on this tight end. So that is some good improvements. Elite development on a quarterback really questions who we should start though. Everett Fung is going to come in as a 74 overall quarterback. He's probably going to sit a year, but he might end up leapfrogging in season number 7. We literally have 2 cornerbacks after this season. This next recruiting class has to be massive or else we're literally not going to have any chance at a championship in season number 7. With the training results, says we're 90 overall. I think this roster's a little better than last season's, but I still can't even say if it's playoff quality. And from a quarterback perspective, CJ Frederick is up to an 84. From here on out though, the rest of this is not going to be off of the live stream. It's going to be me recording it. Of course, it's still live. But since I lost my voice for like a week, I'm getting this video done sooner than it would have been with just the streams. As you can see on our board, there are a ton of corners on here. Even if they're a bust, we're going after them. And it might not be the smartest decision, but 95 speed could definitely get the job done, even if these kids are only like 75 overalls. I cannot believe that we only have 2 more years left to win it all. I'm hoping for 10 wins this season. But looking at about the first half of our schedule, 5 of our first 7 opponents are all ranked inside the top 25, finishing off with a road game at #1 Bama. So this is going to be a challenge, and it all starts at home against Clemson. Now, even though this is no longer on the stream, I'm going to follow the same rules, which means I can't play a single snap of this game until we get to the 4th quarter. By the time we've gotten there, we are down by 11 points, which kind of surprises me, but we have a 6'6" receiver over there that just beat the press, and you can't forget Escalante's name. George is one of the most fun players on this roster. We can't run the ball. And I might be best off just looking back in Escalante's direction, or we could take the hitch route. The 2-point conversion is where things get tricky, though. I know we have 2 players with the name of Cantrell on this roster. He is going to take it in. You just never know which of the 2 running backs it actually is, and on this 3rd and long, I simply don't think they're going to get this. Now, based off of our success on the last drive, I kind of want to just test this again because I saw all the catches he made last season. But on Heisman difficulty, it should never be that easy. On this 3rd down, we're going to wait for our crosser to get open, and Sands comes away with it. I think we can start this season with a win, even though I had to hop in when we were down by 11 points. But we still have some more work that we have to do. Everybody looks smothered right here. I don't think anybody got open. I could be wrong. I might have the seam or the comeback route. At least we're getting the 1st down. And we're chewing the clock a little bit, so there's only 3 minutes left in this game at the moment. I want this to be one of the final drives of this one. But all of a sudden, it is 3rd and 9. We've got to pick this up, and that is not happening. I probably should have waited a second longer for that read. Now we have to hit this field goal, and I might have choked it. It's not going to go in. That is brutal right there. I feel like I'm an Ohio State kicker in the playoffs. But we still have all 3 of our timeouts, and we can definitely stop the run. I'm always due to make some mistakes. Right here, I am just stuck on a defensive lineman. But it ended up working out for us, and we might get hit as soon as we catch this. Now, you know exactly what I'm looking at right now. They cannot come out this aggressively versus one of the better receivers in the country. And we have somebody with an ability on our offensive line. We should be able to hold for quite a while here and then hit the deep route. Except we got hit as we were leaving it. All I'm saying is this was going to be a touchdown right here if we had a second longer. And it feels terrible that we're starting off the year with a loss, but we can still bounce back from this. We have a perfect opportunity, though, against Syracuse. They also lost their season opener. And I'm surprised that 2 winless teams gets the game of the week. The good part about Simmons straight to the 4th quarter, though, is there's 0 room for error for me to throw an interception or something. I can't mess this team up until then. And by the time we're hopping in, we are currently up 14-10 against Syracuse. We clearly are not having that much success offensively, though. The throws are not on target. And I think they're going to score right here. Their quarterback is literally running it. It is 3rd and 7 now. We'll see what they do. Again, we just have to get a stop. If they kick a field goal, that's okay. We could even get an interception. At least we're going to have a lead. They could always shank it as well, which is what they almost did. Now we just have to maintain possession of it for basically the last 5 minutes. And I should have gotten that ball out a little bit quicker. That's what I'm going to do right here, and we're going down. Never mind. Possession, catch, and all. We just couldn't come up with it. We even got bumped right here when I thought we were going to have them beat deep. We should still hold on. And that's what it looks like whenever you throw it up to a 6'6" receiver that's quick. There's almost nothing they can do. Now we're going to hand this ball off. We're going to see if we can get a good carry right here. That's going to make it 3rd and short. And I'm somehow in turbo mode, which means we've just hurried up to the line to run it. I wanted chew clock on, not that. There was also an injury timeout, which means the clock stopped for Syracuse one more time. I think we should be okay, though. It's 2nd and 2. There's just 2 minutes left now. I wanted to cut to the left side of the field. But no matter what we do, the Orange are going to have at least one more chance to score against us, so we got to get into the end zone. It would be nice if we could take some more time of the clock, but it would be even better if we just punched it in. They would then go on to take a sack on 1st down. We'll see what they can do right here. Their quarterback literally breaks our attempt at a sack, so he moves it. We were so close to having them right where we wanted them. Now switch stick just got me so messed up on that play. I didn't know where I was at. I'm really curious how many of you all actually use that feature. I've just never gotten that good at it. Maybe it would help us get Syracuse off the field right here, though. 36 seconds left on the clock. No timeouts remaining. But every time they get a 1st down, they're just going to run up and spike the ball. We've had 2 very close games to start this season. There's not been any form of domination so far. They're out of bounds. And I just want to get them off of the field. Come on, throw me an interception. You know that you want to. I'll take a sack, too. By the time that they spike this, they're going to literally have like 8 seconds left. And what that probably means is a couple Hail Marys to the end zone. We are prepared for it, and we could have gotten a sack. Clearly generating pressures given their quarterback issues. I'm going to try to do the exact same thing right here, though. They're getting to throw off, and all we have to do is swat it. It might not be pretty, but we have done enough to win against a top 15 team. And CJ Frederick didn't play the best, but he still got more time to improve. The reason why we are currently rocking with him is because of his star dev. He only has 1 skill cap for accuracy. His throw power could even get better along with his speed. And with how training results go, Everett Fung could still jump him up with elite dev. Gev, but I'm not sure if he'd be the better player. I mean, his throw power is definitely not there. As for recruiting at the moment, there are some players that we can hard sell, but at least for most of them, they haven't hit that top 5 stage yet. And of the like 6 DBs that we're going after, Joel Sweet's the one I want the most because of his 97 speed. If we need some more help at the corner position too, we also have some hybrid and zone tendency free safeties that could transition. And if you can find some linebackers that are really fast, they could also transition over to play safety to replace them. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of movement in the offseason for our championship team, but right now we have an FCS school. And going into this one, clearly I'm going to expect that I shouldn't have to play a single snap. That's how this game is going. We are up 24-0 at the half, and I think we could go for back-to-back championships, potentially. We'll see how good this team really is. I mean, a dominating win over FCS East really isn't that impressive, but we're a 90 overall team, so we can compete with anybody, and I cannot believe how many battles we just got locked out of. Thankfully, besides losing this battle for this gym right end, most of it was on players that aren't near the top of our board. And it's time to come up with a visit week. When it comes to our options, I think we have to go with Mississippi State. It's the only one that's going to be anytime soon. But before we play them, we have to take on number 11 Tennessee. Everybody on our schedule seems so tough. We had a super nice break with the FCS school, but besides that, it has just been ranked opponent after ranked opponent, almost no points in the first quarter. Can we please score? Okay, at least it looks like we did figure things out a bit. We are starting the fourth quarter just literally wanting to throw it up to our 6'6" receiver, and we don't even have to go for the aggressive catch right here. What's crazy is I think he only has like 93 or 94 speed, so it's not like he should be dusting dudes that much. We don't really have the ability to scramble, and I don't like that since that's not my normal play style with quarterbacks, but we can still make it work. Our blocks right here are perfect. Of the running backs named Cantrell on the team, I think that one is Hugh, and we've gotten them to a 4th and 6 where they are going for it, which could end badly for them if we have somebody that can stop them short of the marker. What a defensive play right there. I was able to bring him up just in time. I made the hit, I didn't miss it, and now we're going to run out the clock. I really wish we could have closed that one out against Clemson. The missed field goal was on me, but it is what it is. We are just one play away from being 3-1 this season, and we have a wide open receiver with the slant. As he caught that ball though, after the play, it did say he got injured, so I'm very relieved to see that Fafita is not on the injury report. He must have just gotten busted up a little bit, and now we take on Mississippi State. This is our visit week, and we have to get it if we want to land some of these corners because we just lost one of them to Kentucky. Going into this game, we are in a 5-way tie for first place in the SEC, and I gotta say, I really miss doing this on live streams. Having the chat by my side for those first 5 seasons was so enjoyable as crazy stuff happened, but I knew if I wanted to get caught back up on videos, keep getting y'all content, I had to just finish off the series now, and we're losing to Mississippi State. What is going on? I think we're just very fortunate going into the fourth quarter. We are currently sitting here in a 7-7 game. Our defense only gave up those 7 points, but we have not done much scoring. CJ Frederick might not be that long-term solution in sim that I was hoping for. We've dusted him with our tight end though. He only is 68 speed and he drops the ball. That's why I normally just convert somebody that used to play wide receiver over there, though we have faked them out with this play. What a beautiful route. The thing about playing against Mississippi State is once I'm stepping in, we should have no issues. We're getting a user lurk with ETN, and I want to pick 6 right here. Let me get out of there. They had a little bit of hope for a while, but at this point, I can already see the writing on the wall. We are going to win this one, and the fact that I have to step in to make sure we do is ridiculous. They literally did absolutely nothing versus me besides allow me to score 21, but that couldn't get the 5-star linebacker to commit. We did get a couple 4-star recruits. Just notice that none of them are the cornerbacks. At least the season seems to be going pretty well though. Now we're going to play against 2-4 Texas. Right now it looks like nobody has been able to do anything besides field goals, though they got a touchdown and we're finally able to hop in. I was a second too late to get in on that last drive though. Apparently we just settled for a field goal. Now we're getting a stop on 3rd down. We are playing on the road though, and you know what that means. I'm not able to make hot routes. I'm not even sure exactly what routes some of our receivers are on. But if this is a good throw, which it is not, we could have had a big play. The easier thing to do, though, is not make a read at all. We're just going to drop back, hope for that man-to-man coverage, and throw it up. We definitely had George right there. I had to take a shot. Now it's 3rd and 10, and there's nothing open. I probably should have taken that drive a little bit more seriously because they could take the lead on this one. They're breaking 1 tackle. But that is not enough to get the first down, Texas. You're going to have to do something else on 3rd and 3, and we can't get into that hole in time. We couldn't fill it up. All of a sudden, I'm not feeling as confident. They are able to keep on moving the chains a little bit. And if they get into field goal range, they're literally just going to try and settle for 3 against us, which now they are. The timeouts are going to have to start coming out soon. We might even have to let them score a touchdown, though I swore they were going to run the ball. It's okay, though. We have a minute 23 to respond. They have gotten in instantly right there. And this is where I fall apart every single time. I don't even have the pressure of the chat like laughing at me at this point. I'm just collapsing. It is now 3rd and 17. The clock ran down so much in between calling plays, but we do have our fade route right here. George Escalante comes away with the football, and he is going to go all the way. It was almost worth losing my voice again over that call. And you best believe we are not going to give Texas overtime right here. We have a zig route out there. If this is man-to-man coverage, we're going to be just fine. It's zone, though, so we have a low hitch route we can take. That is what it looks like for somebody to be clutch. I've clutched up this game. I guess we still have to hold them from a field goal. But I'm confident right now. I can put my faith in this defense. We'll see what they go with right here. Throw it straight to me. Throw it straight to me. We are going to get the win against Texas. Now, you could say they still have all 3 of their timeouts, but 1 first down, and it's not going to matter. Cantro is going to be gone to the crib. Break a tackle even. Fight your way in. That was not the smartest thing to do in that situation. I've given them a slight opportunity with 17 seconds left in this game. But I was excited. I was proud of this team for how they have persevered through the struggles against a 2-4 program, and we should have had it. Even if we somehow lost this game, just because Texas is in the SEC, it would be considered a quality loss for us. At least if we assume the EA coded this game to be built like the playoff committee, we're going to see if we can get a stop. No. No. I don't know why I didn't come out and prevent defense. I just felt like it was over right there. Like that couldn't have possibly even happened. And with how those routes were run right there, we had a safety on the outside that just didn't come over. He kept backing away farther and farther. I think we're still going to be okay. I trust us to get a stop on the 2-point conversion. They broke the tackle. We are headed to overtime in a game that we should have won already. It should have been over. I was celebrating like it was over. You know that I have a very sick feeling in my stomach right now. I have got to make sure that they don't get anything right here. Oh, they're throwing us an interception. See, we're not going to choke this game. We're better than that. We couldn't get the return. All I have to do now is make sure that we can kick a field goal. I'm literally just trying to set up for as close as we can get. But that's got to be good enough for us. I'll even center it down the middle just to make the kick even easier. Surely I will not mess this kick up right here. I mean, it would be almost impossible to just shank it. And we're surviving against Texas on the road. I still think that's a decent win. It was enough to get my favorite cornerback, Joel Sweet, to commit, and that is the only player that commits. All these guys chose other schools. I don't care that Texas is 2-5 as well. It's a good win if they're a 90 overall team. Just looking at the rest of our schedule, though, we still have to play at Alabama. We have to play against Florida, who's at the top of the SEC. Lots of 4-2 teams on here. I mean, this is brutal. And if we're persevering through all of this, then clearly this team is capable of winning it all. This is where simming straight to the 4th quarter is a little bit scary, though. I have no control over what happens. And it's our biggest game of the season on the road against a top 10 team, against Alabama. I mean, they're the only team that's been a higher overall than us so far. Fortunately, though, as we're hopping in, we have a 4-point lead. We have the ball, but we're on the 4-yard line, and that is very worrisome. Except we would have had a touchdown right there if we just got that ball out and there wasn't a flag. The smart decision here is probably just hand this one off. I do not want to get a safety, but that's probably going to come with giving up a touchdown. Alabama's been driving down the field. Now, right there, we got pretty lucky. Their quarterback just missed the throw. We could also force an interception right here. He is nowhere to go. It's a one-on-one tackle. That was big for us. 4th and 3, though. I'm run committing. You can tell that this is going to be a handoff of some sort, and we don't stop him. This is the collapse of me hopping in. We were doing better in sim, actually. Now we're down by 3 points, and we have enough time in the pocket to find somebody. It just bugs me so much that I can never get the hot routes out there that I want to in these games. How? No, there's a fumble there too? I was upset about our receiver that just got bumped. Watch this. It looks like we're about to get the freest release, and then he just gets caught up. That is PI. This game will do anything to help out the computer. I mean, they're literally breaking everything. I literally don't know what to do. I mean, their rushing attack is just destroying our defense. I take it back. Maybe we weren't as good as I thought we were. We didn't even win the press battle over with George, and we fumbled it to them again. This might be the worst collapse of the rebuild so far. I mean, they're just going to keep running. And on 3rd and 6, we got to get them off the field. I got knocked over with my user, but we still brought him down. It's not going to be easy, but this type of comeback is also not impossible. We all know the type of player that we need to be going to right here, though we might not have enough time to get a throw like this off. Using the playmaker, why did we step over the line? That could have been a huge gain, like a 40-yard gain. Maybe I should have thrown it originally. But I just want to get George on a streak at some point. The hot route finally worked, and I'm probably throwing this up to him and going for the aggressive catch because I know that he should win that battle. That is my read on this down as well. Unless our slant somehow gets open, no, we don't have enough time. It is officially all over. It is now 4th and 17, and yep, they're in already. I just hopped into that game and gave up 20 points while scoring 0. We also got run all over by a freshman, and I'm not even sure if I think the second half of our schedule is going to be much easier now. I don't care that Ole Miss is 2-5. We have to play them on the road. They're an 87 overall, and we're technically still in the running to make the conference championship, but we're going to have to beat teams like Florida that are on our schedule. Now, in recruiting, we have picked up a few cornerbacks now, so we've signed 3 of them. That is exactly what we needed. We also got this receiver, but see how many battles we lost? I don't think we're going to win this final one either, and what it means is we're just going to be forced to use the transfer portal a ton. I am okay with that, though. The overall of those players are usually much higher than what we've been working with, and it would be so nice if we just won a game in sim outright that I didn't have to hop in and save the team from because we are struggling against Ole Miss. I mean, we got a touchdown before I got to play, but they also let them get down to the 5, and if we could keep them out of the end zone, that would be such a big deal. I feel pretty confident in these 3rd and goal situations normally, though they're trying to run. We got to step up, make the hit, we force a fumble, we're picking it up in the end zone. We could even return it. You can say a lot of things about my gameplay skills from this video, but one thing you can't take away from me is all the hit stick tackles I've had this season. They've been clutch, but CJ Frederick is not clutch. He just missed that throw for no reason. We should have had it. The halfback screen. 3rd and 10, Cantrell has nowhere to go, really. I'm trusting our defense, though. It is too early in this game to be going for it on those 4th downs, and I bit to the wrong route right there. Again, though, the only thing that would really hurt us is if they score a touchdown. A field goal does not affect us. We get a touchdown, we win this game. We are going to have to watch him try and scramble again, though. That is fine with me. We were able to wrap him up. We're going to have a little less than 3 minutes left to get the win. Even if they miss this, that'd be better. But that didn't happen, and let me start this drive off playing smart. I've put George Escalante on a little drag route. I just want to throw it to him and let him go to work at 6'6". I think we're going to be okay in this one. We are going to break a tackle with CJ Frederick. He also fights to midfield. Of course, we still have some more work to do, though. This halfback screen, we're actually going to get a clean look on. I appreciate it, though I messed that up. It's all good, though. 2nd and 1, minute and a half left in this game. Roll out. We could have taken the hitch route. If not, though, CJ Frederick might not have wheels, but he does have enough to get us to the 10. That 78 speed, 82 speed, whatever it is, it's not that high, was going crazy right there. Our offensive lineman was not going crazy. And at this point, it is touchdown or bust. I don't have enough time. The worst part, too, is the second I call this play, that clock is just going to run. So we really have 2 more shots to reach the end zone. I can't save the timeouts. And this is one of my favorite plays to run because of that route right there. We're going to come back to the ball, and we're going to catch it. I mean, surely he held onto that ball. I don't care that there was a flag. That was a tough play. And we are declining it for a touchdown. This is what you want to see out of your receivers. I mean, Sands is not open in the slightest, but you know what I did? I clicked on, I aggressive caught that ball, and he said, I'm just the tougher man. Now Ole Miss is taking timeouts on an extra point. Like we are ever going to miss this kick? No chance. This one is over. You lost this game. You did your best, but you're simply not winning. I have learned my lesson from the Texas game too. I'm coming out and prevent defense even starting now. I am not risking the chance of giving up a big play. Taking that sack there is so sweet. Now we're just hoping to generate some pressure. Their quarterback struggling, throws this one up. It's the final play of the game, and that is it. We have improved to 6-2. We just have to finish the rest of the season with wins, and we'll be fine. And I think we might even be able to lose another game and still get in, because we're up to number 8 in the polls, and as a 3-loss SEC team, we know how the committee likes to treat them. As a Kentucky fan in this era, it would be great if we could ever be that solid. The season that we've had has been so sad. And Florida's an 89 overall. They're currently sitting at number 1 in the SEC, undefeated, so we have to beat them if we want to make it to the conference championship. That's really all we have going for us. Nothing left in recruiting. Georgia Tech is literally beating out Georgia for recruits. That's how you know that the death penalty worked. And even with all my efforts to make this school as bad as possible, in 6 years we're a 4-star prestige and there's only one school grade that's even bad. It is time for the moment of truth though. Are we a top 2 team in the SEC? I would like to think that we are, but so far we've started off this game down by 7. Now we've scored. And by the time that we're hopping in, it is 3rd and goal. We're trailing by 5 points and I'm really hoping that we can get in for a touchdown. I should have just handed that ball off. I panicked. I was going to take the slant, but I ran too far. Now we're going to have the drag route, and it's all good. Running this ball right here is kind of dumb, though. It's a 5 versus 7 box, basically. They even got an extra player in there. But they're saying we somehow got the 2-point conversion. I'll take it. I think we're going to make the playoffs this season. We've performed a lot better in sim than we did in the last year. There's not been games that we can't win. And as we chew clock on this drive, I'm going to try and take off as much time as I can before Florida gets it back. I also have to take a couple shots to the end zone, though. If I see that man-to-man coverage right there, I'm going to give Georgia a chance to catch it. Little disappointing. Now it's 3rd and 7, but they're coming out pressing. You cannot make that mistake against us. Why would you come out pressing? I know our receivers are not that fast. They knocked it loose. But my confidence is through the roof right now. So on 4th and 7, we're not punting the ball. We are going for this right here. And we're going to not make the cut right. Okay, it was an arm punt. I would rather that than them get the ball around midfield, though they're getting close. I did the exact opposite of what I said I was going to do when it came to running the football. And I didn't even have fun while doing that because we didn't get any huge plays. They're going to be able to scramble for this first down. I can't make that tackle. This is actually bad right now. If we lose this game, it's on me. They didn't catch it, though. It is now 2nd and 10. If they run the ball, they're going to have that right side. But no, they're deciding to pass it. We could lurk them. Come on. Throw it to one of those receivers. I swear if this quarterback runs it one more time, I just can't stop that. I have a quarterback spy out there, but now he's making a completion. There are literally just 2 minutes left in this game. They're going for the handoff, and they're going to get a touchdown. Pressure is on for CJ Frederick right here. I know that we can come back in this. We are just fine, though Fafita got clamped. It is never ideal when your best receiver is getting looks like that, where he needs to be able to just come down with it. And what are we doing with these throws? Like, literally, what was that throw? A pass led to the inside. It was a bullet pass. It should not have gone like that. They're breaking tackles. And if we don't hold them to a field goal, this game is over. I'm run committing. We're ready for it. Up the middle. Come on, 3rd down. This is it right here. We know exactly what's coming, and we have dudes in the zone to stop them. Come on, bring them down. Now, Florida. This is one of the more bold things I have ever seen. They're going for it on 4th and 2, and they are going to drop the ball. They just gave us the game right there. I don't know why you would do that, but you've got to trust CJ Frederick to clutch up in this situation. I know he had a bad throw the last time, but we're completing this. He has 3 interceptions in this game. I might be responsible for 2 of them, but one of them was just an arm punt anyway. And we have aggressive catches that we can come down with. That works a lot better when I actually have like 90 overall receivers to work with. Right now, we don't have that. And that's probably the biggest issue with this team. I think I need to get some tactician coordinators in here during the offseason. What are we doing? CJ Frederick couldn't hit a standing still target at this point. I am convinced by it. We know what we can go with on 4th and 10 though. There's still like a minute left on the clock as well. A touchdown wins this. I mean, we know what it's going to take to beat them, though they caught back up to it. And they got an interception out of that. I've blown this game as well. I'm responsible for this loss, the Alabama loss. And to keep it real, I saw that we had the leverage right here, that we were about to dust them deep. But you know who I didn't see? The safety on the other side of the field. Also, they caught up to it. That ball was pass-led and lobbed towards the end zone. Did it come close to getting there? Absolutely not. And with all of that in mind, we've fallen down to number 15. But guess what? We're still a playoff team if we just win out. We might not be able to make it to the SEC championship now. You have to think, though, we should have some quality wins and losses, though it seems like Syracuse might be the only ranked team that we've beaten on this schedule now. Maybe I should be having second thoughts about how good we actually are, but we're going to be facing off against Auburn at home. I'd also like to point out, this is one of the only times where the slowest coach XP setting has actually worked. Because we are so far deep into this, we're only a level 16, and I want to unlock the tactician tree, but we have no coach points to spend on anything in here right now. At least it's pretty much a guarantee. If we handle our business, we are a playoff team. It is just a guarantee that other schools are going to implode to end the year. We saw it happen in real life. And it has been a while, but I don't have to play this game against Auburn. We are dominating. Never mind. Apparently, they're punting it back to us on a 4th and 13 with about 3 minutes left. The second I clicked end sim, this is what I've jumped into. And theoretically, we just need to run out the clock a little bit, but instead of doing that, I've come out here trying to throw the ball. I think I'm all over the chaos from playing pretty dumb. I just want to get wins that we should have. And one more first down will do it. They still have 2 timeouts left. That is the reason, though we are getting some solid blocks, and Hugh Cantrell is that guy. Here on 3rd and 7, they have been able to stop the run a couple more times, but you can see the clock ticking down. And I can promise you, if we somehow lost this game from this point, my confidence would be so low, though we could be pinning them out of bounds at the 1. 16 seconds left. We know that they're throwing the ball. We know that they're probably going to try and give it to us. If they want to scramble here, you know I can make that hit. Which is why, of course, their quarterback just made a business decision right there. We did give up a couple routes, but at the end of the day, we stopped them on one final play. This game's over. I just can't believe that after how dominating this game looked, like we were up by 3 possessions, The fact that they came back and made it close is pretty disgusting. We will take the rivalry win, though. Just 2 more wins to get into the playoffs. And we have fallen down to number 16 in the polls. I still think we're going to get in. What's really holding us back is right now both Arkansas and South Carolina are 8-2, which means we'd be the 5th SEC school in, and that's how you know that it's 2032 on this file. I know, South Carolina had a good season in real life this year. They beat Kentucky. I have zero room to talk. I was hoping they got into the playoffs, but still, just long term, they normally don't perform that well in Dynasty. And the fact that this is where this game is at by the time we're hopping in is disgusting. We should not be losing this game by 9 points. Kentucky is simply not like that. Trust me, I would know that for sure. I'll be honest about it. That's why no criticism ever affects me. Because I know they stink at football. It is what it is. I'm also not happy that the basketball team just lost to Clemson. And I've had some bad reads on this drive. I've not been locked in at all. It is 4th and inches. We could lose this game. We have got to lock in. Taking opponents like this not too seriously is how we've ended up not getting to the playoffs once in this dynasty yet. And I really don't like how well they're moving the ball versus us, though. We should have a zone there. Where is he? There were 2 zones. There was a couple hook curls there, and I was controlling one of them, but the other one should have picked it. Now it is 3rd and 9, a huge chance to get them off of the field right here. I have pass committed. If they run the ball, more power to them, which they've done, but you're still not getting enough. I have also let them take it to the 2-minute warning just so we can save our 3 timeouts if I throw an interception. And here we go. 2 minutes left on the clock on the road. Can we clutch up in this situation? We should have this route eventually. That's exactly what you want to see, but it takes like 30 seconds every time you aren't in hurry up mode. We might be able to split the safeties right here. We're down to the 10. Now you're going to think this play call is stupid, and hear me out. It might be. But we are going to hit them with a draw. There is no way that they're going to expect that. And that just gets us a little bit closer to the end zone. Now we have to start being smart about the clock, though. Man-to-man coverage, zig route, touchdown, Sands. That is how you clutch up a game right there. I was smart about the clock. With that run, we were able to take it down to just 16 seconds left. And we are 1 step closer to becoming a playoff team. We simply can't give up anything deep. If they want to take a 5-10 yard pass, they can have it. They can also scramble. You're not going far. Here we go. 2nd and 7 now. As long as they don't get into field goal range on this play, it's over. I don't think I've given up more than like 1 Hail Mary all year on this game, and I don't even remember that 1 Hail Mary. So like the odds of this working out for them are so low. I mean, we're going to get the interception too. Can I pitch it and try to get a return? Okay, that was kind of stupid. No, tackle him. We're good. I might be vibing a little bit too much on this game. I should not have done that. But you know what? David Sands led us to victory right there. Almost 200 receiving yards. The losses were inevitable as well. We have flown up to number 11 in the country. I think we're in the playoffs from this point forward. But of course, to lock that in, we have to take down Georgia Tech. This is it right here. We have worked for this all season. I don't know why the intros have been broken. Like, it just shows these cheerleaders forever. And it's kind of a letdown, but here's me just wishing that we don't get off to a slow start the way we did against Kentucky. All right, we have bounced back from being down 10-0. Right now, it is 13-10, and we are able to hop in. 1st and goal should be pretty easy to put this one away from here. I probably could run the ball and have success, which is what I wish I did. It is too late to do it now, but I'm still going to hand it off. I'm going to give it a chance just to see if the blocks can hold up well enough. And now it is 3rd and goal. We'll see what type of coverage they go with. I think we're going to have our slant. And we do. Keep in mind, if we're able to get a stop, get them off the field, I will play this one smart. I will make sure it is the final drive, of course. But I'm starting to think that they're about to respond back against us. We've got to intercept that. I tried to click on and make the play. It didn't end up working. On 3rd down, they're getting another run for a 1st. This has genuinely been such a tough season for us. We have had so many close ones. And my honest hope for next year is we're not in this situation. If we're really that good, we should not have to fight this hard in so many games. Though we have a touchdown right here. They've given it up on the first play, and Fafita goes down. I do find it a little bit odd how consistently he can beat the press, especially since he is not that fast, and then he can never finish it off. I'm not complaining, though. It's about the easiest read in the world. Now we're going to have Sands, and Sands is at the 3. All right, here we go. We're just going to hand this ball off. I mean, they're going to have a chance to respond no matter what, which is why I'm not going to worry about the clock or anything. I'm just going to go for the touchdown, especially on the ground. At least on the bright side, they didn't take a timeout after that run, so we are going to be able to chew a little bit more. We'll go with a quarterback sneak. And here we go. It all comes down to this final minute 14 where anything in bounds is just going to hurt them. Why we just shoved them out of bounds there, I could not tell you. That is not what I would have preferred. They're doing aggressive catches. They're breaking the tackle and they're gone to the crib. That's something I would do. I mean, I am thankful they left us with 56 seconds left on the clock, but I don't see our jump ball receiver out there on the field. George Escalante has gotten hurt. We don't have our best receiver whenever we need him the most. and they're about to get another sack. Don't pick it. I guess my hope right here is Welsh is just fast enough to dust that dude. If it is man-to-man coverage, it was, but they're in so quick. This cannot be how we go out this season. We cannot lose to Georgia Tech in this spot. I'm going to just take the tight end. They're going to get the interception. You know what? If we tackle him short, this game's not over yet. We still have all 3 of our timeouts. It's not over. I simply panicked right there. I'm sure there was a better read than that one, and they're still not getting much. This is exactly what we need. 3 straight stops against them. They break a tackle, and they get in. It's over. We're going to go 8-4 for the second year in a row. And the 2 teams that are in the SEC Conference Championship are the 2 teams that beat us. CJ Frederick could have been better, though. I mean, 13 interceptions is not good. 24 touchdowns is not that many. Rushing-wise, we did not run the ball. And at least on the receiving side of things look a little bit better. George was a 1,000-yard receiver, and all these guys do return next year. But we have 1 season left to win it all, and we're getting Tulsa in the Cheez-It Bowl. That is so disappointing. We were so close to being a playoff team. And instead, this is the matchup that we're getting. I'm completely expecting us to just dominate against them right now, 24-7. It's looking pretty good. I don't even want to hop into this game. Yeah, it's over. We didn't hit my goal of winning 10 games this season. We came super close. We would have been a playoff team. And CJ Frederick's going to have to take a huge step up as a junior. It is championship or bust. I set the 7-season limit. And when it comes to players leaving, there is absolutely 0 surprises here, no transfers, so at least that's some good news. This might be the first time that we've put somebody into the NFL since the death penalty. I'm not 100% sure on that. And the transfer portal is where we have to improve this team. It's looking like there are actually some pretty good prospects that we could go after. I should add this running back too. The thing is, we simply have team needs to fill, and I'm pretty sure most of these players would come in at least an 80 overall. But the problem we've run into is I had to guess player hard sells, and I missed on quite a few of them. I mean, we should still be able to make a couple of signings, including Dan Wingo, who might be playing corner for us. But at the end of the day, this class might have been worse than the last one that we put together. It is not something to be proud of. This death penalty has been very hard on Georgia. And we have some big issues on defense where I have to move players around because we don't have a single defensive tackle. And then at corner, of course, we have a bunch of freshmen we brought in, but we still have to move some players. It is not a great spot to be in, but I have noticed some ways that we can improve this team. And just to have the player limits on defense, I think what we might have to do is move some of our running backs over to linebacker. This is pretty much the moment of truth for this team. How much everybody improved. We're up to a 92 overall, but we only have 3 players above a 90. Now, I think there were also a couple transfers that cleared that threshold that I moved around, so maybe once I encourage some players to transfer, we can get it up to like a 93. Plus, we got 10 coach points, so we can improve our offensive line a bit, but not much after that. I don't think going down this motivator tree really helped us out that much. If our 2 coordinators weren't tacticians, we'd probably be like an 88, 89. And our final reveal is a 92 overall, but at least it's 5 players over that 90 overall threshold. And at quarterback, you could argue that we should probably start Mitch Chestnut. Now, he's like my least favorite player in the world. I'm pretty sure we had like no success with him. His accuracies are not good, but he does have 6 speed on CJ Frederick, and CJ Frederick's accuracies are actually kind of similar. His mental abilities are also not that good. He never has reached his full potential. So if we start to struggle, we might have to make a switch, and looking at our DB room, if we didn't get LaMarcus Dotson to transfer in, this would be our worst position group. I'm not too confident in this team. We have to start the season at Clemson, and then we also have our SEC schedule with Texas, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Florida, and Alabama. We'll see how this year plays out, but it's championship or bust, and it all comes down to this. The weather looks like it could be a little bit of a problem though, and I just hope by the time that we're getting into this game, we're in a decent spot. It looks like we just got a turnover when they got all the way down to the red zone. I like how we're starting this one. By the time that I'm able to play, it is still 14-0. As you can see, we also have the ball. If we get a field goal on this drive, we're up 3 possessions. And Clemson is pretty much out of this game. Our defense is that good. I am a little bit worried about our offense if we've only scored 14, but you know what? If we get the win over Clemson on the road, there really can't be too much to complain about. Now, I understand I have choked a lot of games throughout this entire rebuild, so that's why I'm playing all these snaps. And while chewing the clock down to 3.5 minutes left, we've worked it down to the 1-yard line where we are going to punch it in. Hugh Cantrell is able to just dust off his shoulders. He got a tutty. And I would love if we could just hold on to this shutout. I don't want to give up a touchdown right here. We have 20 seconds. I feel like it is very important that we protect this. It's probably not going to last past this week, but if it somehow did, that would be incredible right here here. I don't know where it went. And they probably could have scrambled for the first down. Please, just throw us an interception or be short of the marker. That is the game. You cannot have any more dominating of a performance than this one right here. And this is a much different way for the rivalry to end compared to last season. We know from last season that our room for error to still make it to the playoffs is 3 losses, so we can have some mistakes throughout the year. But it should not come against FCS Southeast. If we even give up points to the Pandas, I'm going to be upset. I do think it would be kind of funny though if UGF kept it more competitive than Clemson just did, and they didn't at all. I'm not hopping into this, but I'm pretty sure we just held them to a shutout. Where's the scoreboard? There it is, 48-0. That is 2 shutouts in a row. What's crazy is I know this cannot last because in the past with rebuilds, I've had way better defenses than this one. We just have a super solid linebacker core. I think the streak of shutouts might continue against Georgia Southern though. This is a team that's just a 77 overall. And they have started this game scoring 28 points by halftime. What is happening against Georgia Southern? I've got to hop in. I am so confused right now. This jersey combo might also be like the worst one that we could have possibly had. Halfback screen that they drop. And this is why simming straight to the 4th quarter is so terrifying because stuff like this happens. Like I know for almost a fact, there is no way that they can keep up with all of our receivers deep. I guess they're getting in pressure. But I feel like we're almost guaranteed to get a deep touchdown versus them. And there it is right there. It is Randy Fafita breaking free. This is what I'm talking about. It should not be close. I mean, my confidence in us coming back is through the roof. I just don't see how we would lose this game. The Eagles might have felt good about themselves for a few quarters, but here's the thing. We might have another touchdown right here. I mean, what are you doing just leaving the seam open? This is ridiculous. I am embarrassed for Georgia at the moment, the fact that it is even close. And we're about to make it 28 all, tie things up, but the blocking isn't great. What's crazy is that's probably the best part about our offensive line on this team. I'm probably just going to run with CJ Frederick. He's going to have to truck through a defender. And now the pressure is on. They could blow up this 4th and goal. I don't think they will, but they've stopped us. All of a sudden, I'm actually a little bit worried. We got to get a safety. They're actually psychopaths too. They are coming out in hurry up mode, and they're going to get some good blocks right here. They're going to almost have a first. I think we have stacked the box well enough right here, though players are moving around. There's a flag. What is happening? Georgia Southern actually might beat us. Georgia Southern might beat us. I mean, they're just running the ball. There's nothing that we seem to be able to do about it. I am missing it right there. And the worst part is they're staying in hurry up mode and then not hiking the ball for 40 seconds. So they're running down the clock and they're about to have another first down. We literally can't get them off the field. We have no choice but to run commit right here, and it didn't work. You know what? Score a touchdown. We actually need them to get in. We've already used a timeout. I like our odds way more this way. But what it's going to take to come out on top is beating them deep. That is literally the key to our success. And if this is a good throw, we're going to have our tight end first play down to the 20. All right, that works out, though we need to score again before the 2-minute warning. I'm going to go for the aggressive catch right here. They get the interception. It's over. We're going to lose to Georgia Southern. This is probably the worst loss I've ever had with a championship team. I would say it's my fault too. Even though we came in down 14, I forced it multiple times. And my strategy of clicking on and making the aggressive catch is not as effective as I thought it was. I think it just worked out a few times. Like when that happens 50% of the time, it makes me want to do it more often. But whenever it doesn't work, it normally results in an interception and we're fumbling. We're losing. It's 4th and 29. We have no timeouts left. We're down by 14. I just can't believe that Georgia Southern is the team that's going to beat us, especially when we do that. I just need to know what went wrong during sim. That's what's confusing. I mean, CJ Frederick might actually be the problem, missing throws like that. You know what? We're going to bench CJ Frederick. We didn't get it. To be honest, I've seen enough out of him. We should never lose a game like this. We should be scoring way more points. And I know during one of my streams, I said I would never ever use Chestnut again, but Mitch is our only chance at a championship. Here's the thing about this game. I have a theory about how quarterbacks perform with their tendencies. Field generals don't seem to do as well as scramblers, so we'll see if that really makes a difference. CJ's tendency was field general, while Mitch is a scrambler, and his first game is against number 21 Texas. I've also learned from that performance, we are never touching those black jerseys again. And here we go. Texas is going to score 3 points. I thought our defense was doing really well for a second. I mean, they are. They've held them to 3 at halftime. But by the time we've gotten out there, we did just give up a touchdown. I accidentally simmed it. I didn't hop in time. And this is why we have Chestnut. He might not have as strong of an arm. He honestly might not have as accurate of an arm as well, but that's okay. Because I feel like this team just got some new life into it. Man-to-man coverage. We're going to have the first down. No, we came up short. We can go for it on 4th and 1 though. I'm feeling pretty confident and we're short too. This is one of those games I could see myself choking and losing, which we can't afford after dropping one to Georgia Southern. I really just wish we were scoring more points, but with the way that our offense is built, we definitely don't deserve to. They stepped out. From here, we are going to run the clock clock down as much as we can. And I've had enough of throwing the ball, that's for sure. We're going to pitch it on 3rd and 3, and Otto has enough speed to get to the outside. What's kind of funny is if I wanted to, I'm pretty sure I could just throw for a touchdown right here, which means we might have to try it. If they're coming out run committing, pressing like this, it should be the easiest money in the world. I mean, look at that size mismatch. They caught it. There's another stupid decision from me. I mean, you're used to it if you watch the channel this much. But listen, we've been sitting in cover 4 drop. We've gotten them to a 3rd and 20. And what on earth is this camera angle? For whatever reason, that felt like it was a little bit off. Maybe it wasn't, and I'm just tripping out. I'm so nervous that we're going to blow this still because of my stupidity. And they almost caught it. Did we deserve to get that win with the way I performed? Not necessarily. But a win is a win, and now we're facing off against my Kentucky Wildcats. They gave us some issues last year. Theoretically, though, we should be fine this season. And here in the 3rd quarter, it looks like we're up 21-6 now. I will take it. I will note that we're on a 3rd and 15, so if we want to even kick a field goal here, we have to get a little bit closer. And this would give us a 3-possession lead over the Wildcats, pretty much sealing that from this point forward, we should hold on to our lead. There are days when our defense shows up, and then there's days where they don't. I should have gotten the user interception there, but they still have a lot of work to do if they want to get into the end zone. I like running this cover 4 just for pass defense, and it works. We're going to end up closing this one out 24-6, but I still have not gotten over that loss to Georgia Southern. Looking at the rest of our schedule right now, the 2 ranked teams on it are both at the end. We should be able to win 5 straight, but these unranked opponents are still difficult. Ole Miss is currently sitting at 4-1. And looking at these SEC standings, the teams that are undefeated in SEC play are Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, Arkansas, and Auburn. The entire conference makes zero sense at the moment. Right now, Ole Miss takes a 10-0 lead. Now they've scored 17. This is what I'm talking about. Sim is just not on our side. At least by the time that we're hopping in, it's 24-21, so it's not like this isn't manageable, but I'm going for dumb reads. I cannot believe that that actually worked right there. Now they're trying to get in pressure. Man-to-man coverage, we're going to run. Confidence is through the roof at the moment, but we still have more work to do. And here we go, 3rd and 7. We'll see what type of coverage they're giving us. I think it's going to lead to Chestnut just running it in. We also have some cover 4 drop right here. I'm no longer running the quarters. I think the match coverage can be a little bit messed up sometimes, but right there with that cover 4 drop, we get the interception with Wingo. That is what we needed. You would think that we should be able to seal things from here, but it's not always a guarantee. And that's why they just got in a free rusher. I know that they're going to drop back into cover 3 just by their alignment, and we catch it. For somebody that plays this game so much, I have so many good moments where I know exactly what's coming, and then so many terrible moments that should never happen. But at least we should be able to take a 2-possession lead right here. Simple handoff, and we're in. Going back to the cover 4 drop, instead of running cover 4 quarters, we'll see if it can lock up on this 4th and 7. You're not scrambling. And that new discovery might be the real key in us getting defensive stops and winning an entire championship this year. If it wasn't for that loss to Georgia Southern, I know that we would be higher than number 8 right now. It'd make me feel a lot better if Georgia Southern was a top 25 team. But they've already lost 2 games this season, and now we have to go on the road to Neyland. I have noticed that before the games, our overall has been fluctuating between 92 and 94, so I'm not sure what is up with that, but right now we're performing pretty well at Tennessee. Here's the issue though. Apparently we gave up 17 straight, so by the time I can get out there, we are trailing to the Volunteers. And there just can't ever be any easy wins for this team. I really don't understand why. Normally, whenever I build up programs to where I've been able to get Georgia, we win like 7 or 8 games in blowout fashion. But we're also playing in the SEC, so that probably has something to do with it, and I feel like we should have a touchdown here, except they have a spy. Tennessee did their homework for this game, but they didn't do their homework on the halfback angle routes. And there's a lot of pressure on our defense at the moment, as we are just going to give that up over the middle. Cover 3 did not work there. That is why I cannot stand this offense, because they literally used the entire field, and like if they wanted to run the ball there, they would have been able to. We should be running man-to-man coverage against them. It's just our corners are not that good, so we have to stay in zone. And I know a dime package is not ideal for trying to stop the run, but I'm not sure what else to do here. We have to get them off the field. Here we go, 3rd and 1. They're going with the same thing. We're on it, and they're going for another run on 4th and 1, which they're not going to get. That was insane right there. They just decided that they weren't going to pass the ball. I'm trying to run for a first, because that's all that we need to win this game, but now it is 3rd down. Our running back is open, and Otto has it. If anything, Tennessee might be able to get by with getting like 15 seconds, though they're not going to hold us on this 3rd and 5, and we're going to improve to 6-1 this season. I'm starting to feel a lot more confident about our odds of making the playoffs, but since we're not destroying teams in sim, we're probably due to have another unlucky one like we did against Georgia Southern. At the moment, we are the only undefeated team in the SEC. But seriously, what is going on with these standings? I know we're 10 years into the future, but Kentucky, Mississippi State, Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, Auburn is up here. Like, they need to change. The entire entire conference just got flipped upside down. The bad teams became the good teams became the bad teams, and Auburn is of course going to keep it close. Actually, you know what? Hopping in the fourth quarter, I'm okay with the score where it's at right now. We should have lurked them. And you can tell that they're feeling the pressure because they're going for it on 4th and 4. They could split the safeties though. That's my zone right there. I knew it. Perfect play calling from the CPU. We would have been better off running like a cover 2 and me controlling the middle. And all that means is we're going to have another close one on our schedule that we now have to work pretty hard in just to close out. Every time we get to a third down, I'm going to be a little bit stressed, but handing this ball off, we have enough for the first. And my audibles are not working. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to have out there on the field, so I think scrambling might just be the best move. At the moment, there's only 3 minutes left on the clock. We've done a pretty good job at running it down, but the difference between getting a touchdown or a field goal on this drive is drastic. Mitch Chestnut is just going to have to thread the needle right here. We know where we want to go. And Randy Fafita's been pretty solid out of the slot. I don't think Auburn's going to be able to win this one. They're going to need some seriously lucky stuff to go their way in the final minute. And it literally looks like they have a running back at quarterback. He is going to probably scramble here if nothing's open, but they just ran the same play back to back. There might be some quarterbacks out there that wear the elbow tape, but I don't see it that often. At least they're taking that. And they finally had to burn a timeout. I will say though, we have a quarterback spy prepared just in case. I mean, they shouldn't be able to come back now that they've used a timeout. Or actually all 3 of them. I didn't realize the clock was down this low either. And here comes the run. This is what I'm afraid of. That was kind of a letdown though. I wanted to see a run that was on a Marcus Mariota level, a Lamar Jackson level. And instead we just get to walk away with another win. I think from this point though, I can tell that this team is good enough to win it all. But a game like this against Florida could be one that throws us off of our track. Here in the first quarter, we're already up 21-3. We have not seen a game like this in forever. And I might not even have to hop into this. Before it's the fourth quarter, it's 38-6 now. Yeah, this is over. We have definitely turned things around from last season. And it's Randy Fafita winning player of the game again. All we have left on our schedule is 3 games, though I didn't realize both Alabama and Georgia Tech were inside the top 10. But nevertheless, we take down 4-1 in SEC play Mississippi State, and we're probably doing just fine. I think that would about make us a lock for the conference championship, but there is a path for us to implode to 8-4 again, which is worrisome. I don't think that's going to happen, but you never really know. Mississippi State started off with the lead, and by the time we've gotten to the end of the third quarter, I messed up jumping in. I figured I might as well continue to sim. Johnny Lake got an interception, and I had no problem trusting this team to try and close it out just by the way that they'd been playing defensively, though on this 3rd and 8, we didn't even get in field goal range. Just off of that alone, I have probably hurt the team more than I have helped it. We can't get over to that ball to intercept it, and they also had an incredible block. We all know that they're going to run this ball as well right before the 2-minute warning. They're going to get the snap off. They're actually throwing it, and we have the interception. I don't know what Mississippi State was thinking. We'd end up running out the rest of the clock. We're just going to take 1 QB kneel, and we're going to walk away with a 10-point win. We're going to get moved up to the number 1 spot. Alabama's number 2. We're about to play them. Miami dropped down from 1 to 10 off a 1 loss, and now it's time to see who is really the best team in the SEC. This will probably affect who we play in the conference championship, so winning this could be huge. And I'll tell you right now, I am very excited with the way that we have started off up 14-0. By the time we get to the 3rd quarter, yeah, it's going to be 24-6. Or the 4th quarter. I think I said 3rd quarter. Whatever. All we have to do is get like a stop. And I don't think Alabama will be able to come back from there. It's already a 3-possession game. Sim has actually bailed us out super nicely. I don't have to struggle. And here we go. 4th down. We're looking for the check downs, though I couldn't get to the hitch fast enough. Did he have enough? No. That's kind of a crazy call right there, but here's the thing. They're playing on the road. That's what they have to deal with. And I trust that just simming to the end of it, we should be fine to close it out. This is the exact way that I was expecting this team to play. And to this day, our only loss is to Georgia Southern. Just checking back in on them, they're currently 5-6, so that is a terrible loss for us. But the rest of our schedule has some top 25 teams on it. And I saw Kentucky there at number 12. I think we're playing them in the SEC championship. Before that game, though, we have Georgia Tech. They must have lost 2 straight because they were inside the top 10 just a few weeks ago. And we know that they can spoil our season. We have seen it happen before. No matter what happens, though, from this point forward, I think we could lose to Kentucky. I think we could lose to them. We should be a playoff team since we're the number 1 team at 10-1. And here in the 3rd quarter, we are still up by 14. I should probably jump in. It did look like we had a 21-point lead for a second, which is why I felt so comfortable. They really don't have anything right here. I am sending everyone at the QB. But only one player even left his position to chase him down. They have those drags that they're going to want to throw, and Wingo cannot get over there. I have seen enough. We're going to have a QB spy on every single play. They're threading the needle. And there's no way that wasn't a touchdown. We just got bailed out so hard, though they had that open. All right, it's now 3rd and goal. We're going to see if the man-to-man coverage can stick right here. No, it's terrible. There is a reason that I run pretty much strictly zone. And I wonder if they're going to be prepared for Holiday out of the backfield. We have seen this play work before. I think we have the leverage right there, and he catches it. Now, if we're playing smart, we should just take this to the 2-minute warning. I'm assuming that's what they're expecting too, though. So I've hiked the ball, and what am I doing? I don't want to explain myself. Like, there's no possible explanation that makes that look good. I thought on the other side of the field, George was going to beat the press and we'd just have a free touchdown just off of the way they lined up. Then I panicked. I am so impatient, I didn't want to wait 10 seconds for the clock to run down to where it'd be at the 2-minute warning. So I just hiked the ball instead, and now we're relying on our defense to make sure they don't win. I will say, all my stupidity throughout this, gotta get my hands back on the controller, builds a lot of character throughout this rebuild. I know that we can clutch up in situations that we should clutch up in, and I'm starting to feel like we have luck like the Kansas City Chiefs have this year in real life. We all know that they should have caught that ball. I mean, it shouldn't even be a question. I also didn't do great on this run. But now we're just 1 first down away from this game being completely over. I don't even know what button that was. This was completely avoidable. This punt, also one of my worst punts ever. And maybe I should have just simmed this final few minutes, because I don't know what's going on in our favor right now. None of it looks good. It's bad. You are witnessing some of the worst gameplay on YouTube. I will not even back down from that. It might be. But I'll tell you one thing. We rebuilt the roster at least good enough to compete here. Just 17 more seconds of holding on because of my own stupid mistakes. Please throw me the ball or out of bounds. I do think I'm liking this cover 4 drop more than the quarters, at least whenever it comes to us getting stops. It seems to be something I can lean on. And I'm sorry, with a few seconds left, there's no way that they get off another snap. We have survived. Of course, we should have survived no matter what. And I really don't see Kentucky beating us in the conference championship. I know our sim against Alabama went super well, but I did not want to have to rematch them. And here we go. This is for the #1 seed in the playoffs. Also, one more thing I would like to note. Our offense has been extremely average throughout this entire year. But defensively, we've given up 141 points, and the next closest team to that in our conference is at 246. That says a lot about what wins us games. We haven't even come close to sniffing a conference championship so far. And all I'm saying is if those death penalty restrictions didn't get lifted after those first 3 seasons, we would have had no chance at making it here. Maybe a slight one, but it would have been a struggle for sure. It's currently 24-3. I'm not sure there's even a reason to hop into this. I mean, ideally, that is what we're hoping for. Blowouts to where I cannot mess it up. But at the same time, it would have been kind of sweet to get to play in the conference championship at least once. I really should have never doubted Mitch Chestnut either. But the job is not finished. This is not the championship that we want. When it comes to the Heisman Trophy, North Texas had the winner at quarterback. Our game is not going to be coming up here because we have a first-round bye. I'm dumb. But Danny Gore has won a ton of awards on defense, and I can't remember where we even moved him over from. I'm almost positive that before position changes, he was not a right end, but maybe he was. And he deserved to win those awards for how good our defense was, but offensively, we don't deserve any. Passing the ball wasn't pretty. Running the ball, even with JoJo Otto, wasn't that pretty. He's apparently injured. And then #1 receiver, not George Escalante this year. No, it is Randy Fafita. I am a little sad to see, though, that JoJo will be out for the entire playoffs. Same with this corner. And just taking a look at this bracket, what are some of these teams in here? We got Old Dominion, UAB, North Texas, and even UConn. I could have mentioned some other programs too, but I was being nice. We've drawn North Texas. They must have beat South Carolina. And I'm not sure if I'm excited about that because we have to face the Heisman winner. I'm sure their overall cannot be that good though, which means we should dominate in sim even though they've averaged 8 more points per game than us. Yeah, we have a 10 overall advantage. I'm not saying this should be over by the time that we even get to hop in there, but it might be. What I want to see is us jumping out to an early lead. They could always score a bunch of points if they had a Heisman winner, but we're holding him to 0 points right now. That speaks volumes about our defense. They did get 3, and now it's the end of the 3rd quarter. I clearly was a little bit delayed on that though. They've thrown it straight at me, and they're taking a timeout, still down 21. Since this game's already over, I simmed a few more plays. I know there was a holding penalty at some point. They're about to be on a 4th down, and I'm really just trying to make sure that we hold them to 3 so we can make a stand in this one, though we've left that wide open and they can't hold on. You know what? This is about exactly how I expected the Sugar Bowl to go, but we do not have a championship yet, and now we're playing UAB. They were able to take down Pitt by 3 points, the same Pitt team that just beat Old Dominion 58-0. I just noticed that, but look at the other side of the bracket. Assuming we come out on top of this game, we're going to have a much harder matchup coming up. I know that they beat North Texas in the conference championship if they had a first round bye. But again, we have the 10 overall advantage, and I trust us to take care of business. This has actually been such a calm playoffs versus what I thought it might end up being, though I don't like that they got on the board first. And I'm watching for the end of that third quarter this time. The halftime just pops over the score for so long, but now we're in. I think it's safe to say that if we get a touchdown on this drive, that would be pretty devastating to them. I think we can avoid taking a sack. And I don't care. I've thrown so many dumb interceptions in this video already. I will just take a shot for the end zone to our tallest receiver, and they caught it. It was an arm punt, but as good as I thought I got at aggressive catches, I really don't think I'm all that. They seem like almost a guarantee whenever you hit a few in a row, but then you'll literally go for game after game without any. And I think they have to review whether or not this was actually a touchdown, but we gotta watch out for UAB. I said I'd take these playoff games more seriously, and I've pretty much done the exact opposite. And that's put us in a spot where we could actually lose to them if we don't just take care of business in the final couple minutes. Our offensive line is so good though. Pretty much everybody on there's at least a 90. And I love that as I'm saying that, we just lost 2 yards. We're going to run the speed option though, and they are not prepared to stop Holiday. We're inside the 40. I can't say that that does it for this game though. They still had a couple timeouts left. And here we go. It is 3rd and 6. I am fully expecting zone coverage. It is man to man out there, or some sort of match. I missed my read originally. I'm pretty sure our tight end was like wide open up the middle, and we got to hit this. If there's been a theme throughout this entire video, it's been a lot, and I mean a lot of bad play. But now is not the time for that. We have a spot in the national championship on the line, and UAB should take the sack. Instead, they're breaking the tackle twice. This guy's actually going to lead them to the championship. He's going to ruin our season. I already know exactly what's happening. Hit him down. And Mike Minnis, you best believe we have a quarterback spy out there on the field for you. This is not the coverage that I want, though. We're going to have to switch it up. Quarterback spy is gone. I'm not even sure what zone I'm supposed to be in, and that was clearly the one they break the tackle they're in. The hurry-up offense messed up the cover 4 that I was comfortably just sitting in right there. And now the pressure's really on, though I already see a mismatch that I like. I would have thrown it up the seam, but we're going to be smart. All we need to do is get into field goal range, and we're going to be just fine. Of course, it'd be much better if we were not in this position in the first place. But if I need to clutch up for a game, I know what I have to do, what needs to be done in these situations. There's no room for doing stupid stuff or making any mistakes anymore. We had them beat right there. And now it is 3rd and 10 for us. We're going to step up and scramble just because I want to make sure we get a first down, though we're getting a lot more. Mitch Chestnut just carved up that defense right there. Man-to-man coverage. And we should have that. What I'm really going for is just getting a little bit closer for this field goal. And that should do the trick. It is a 40-yard kick. Our spot in the national championship on the line. But I think that'll stay in. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not proud it came to that. I want to be happy, but I feel like we should have blown out UAB. Though if something like that happened in real life, a small school put up a huge fight against Georgia like that, I'd be so proud of them, and we've gotten Alabama in the championship. I know that we blew them out in the game that was sim, but there's a chance that was a fluke. And of course, this entire death penalty challenge and rebuild comes down to whether or not we can beat Alabama in the final game. If I was streaming this, I would say there should be an exception where I get to play the entire game, not just sim it. But I don't have that luxury of asking the chat, so we're just going to follow what I've followed for the entire year, simming to the 4th quarter and seeing how we're doing. At the moment, it looks like we're going to have a 3-point lead. There's still another play. I don't want to jump in too soon. And here it is. We're up by 3 points, 3rd and 10 inside the red zone. I'm going to force that right there. And that was the smart move. I really struggle with reading the defense on whether or not you can make those throws, though, in this game, because sometimes the linebacker would react and get the interception. Sometimes they just stand still. And that's why you'll see some plays where it looks like I just throw it straight at a defender. I'm really just anticipating that they're not going to play that ball right there. They have the running back on the halfback angle route. That was a good play. But it's 4th and inches. I think we know that the run is probably coming right here. I've seen the computer do it plenty of times, and they're still going to get it. No worries, though. We've gotten them to another 4th down. I know that they have to throw if it's over like 5 yards. They're definitely not going to run for it, though they could on the ground with their QB. I know that there's been seasons where I've been super clutch. Then there's been the seasons where I've literally choked about everything. And now we're going to find out if I can hold on for one more win, the most important one in this rebuild. It is 3rd and 3. They're going through the air, and they're throwing it straight at us. What was that click on? That's absolutely ridiculous right there. I clicked on to make the interception, How I feel about it is I just want to go for the jump ball, and that's popped into what should have been a pick. I play very emotionally. I play for the big plays, the exciting stuff that gets the people going. And look at that. That is a flag against Alabama. Go ahead. Give us 15. We're going to go ahead and start handing the ball off, though. There is just 4.5 minutes left in this one. And if they end up stopping us, good for them, but I feel like they're going to have a hard time doing it. It really helps whenever you get stuff like 3rd and inches because it's basically like an automatic first down. It's an extra play. And after one more snap, it's going to go to the 2-minute warning, which is great for us. I have a real itch right now, though, for throwing up an aggressive ball, not just running out the rest of the clock, going for a highlight play. And I'm not sure if it's just because I need the dopamine hit. I mean, that's what short form content does to your brain. I consume too much of it. But that's where I'm at right now. So even if we do pick up this 4th and 1, I am not sure what I'm going to do about it. There we go. There's the touchdown. He's open. In a real ideal world, too, we're going to get 2 more stops, and that's going to give us another opportunity to throw up some deep balls. Which is why, even though it makes absolutely 0 sense, I took a timeout right there. I have helped out Alabama, and we're going to snag this interception. I don't even want a deep return. I want to be able to throw up some big passes. There has been many times in this rebuild where this has not been the safe thing to do. This isn't even a look where I can take anything that's actually good right here. But now we are in a spot where we can get it up to our 6'6" receiver, and we're throwing this one away again. I don't want to beat them off of the line. I literally just want to get one of those Moss catch animations. We're going to get to float this one up right here, and we didn't snag it. I don't care what anyone says. Bringing in one of these is one of the best things that you can do on this game, and we are going to end the championship with a not touchdown, I guess. That was some weird coverage right there. We are celebrating that we were able to get it done with Georgia. That's what's important. And I hope you guys enjoyed it raw, like the live stream part of the video, the first 5 seasons too, because it's a little bit different for the channel, but I thought this concept was good enough to be a main channel video. By the time that the next video goes live, I'm hoping I'm fully over this sickness, fully over my voice just fading in and out. And talk about an interesting career for Mitch Chestnut. The last time he saw the field was 2029, but here in 2033, he led us all the way. Not even sure if you can say lead. It was fully our defense, but if you enjoyed this, make sure to check out some of my other content as well.